Hello, everybody, and welcome to a belated new episode of the D&D live play show, formerly dubbed SOTC. That was a very loud ding. So sorry for such the late start. We have been having some technical difficulties. John's computer doesn't want to work, and now he has to play from his phone. Brittany's Wi-Fi has been running off. Brittany's wife has been stealing the Wi-Fi. But nonetheless, we are all here, and we are finally all ready to play. I am Aiden Yolo, your dungeon master, taking these wonderful young kids finding their new lives on this crazy journey. Wow, I just don't even know what to say. If you want to stay up to date on the streams and get notified, make sure to hit the follow button if you're here with us live on Twitch, or hit the subscribe button if you're watching over on the YouTube channel. Along with, you can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram to get the most accurate updates as for streaming schedules and delays and stuff like that. If any of you want to post about the show and make sure that any of us can see it on the social medias, if you have questions or just want to say something you liked about the show, make sure to use the hashtag SOTCDND. That's SOTCDND. All right. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of SOTC. Previously, as the Shield of the Coast has traveled to Alltera, Urobos' home kingdom, with hopes to unlock answers for the strange happenings over the past week or so, they quickly became tied up in a devious plot to take control of the kingdom by the previous king, Tarthal's royal cabinet. The party decided to sneak their way into the castle in the dead of night and confront the corrupt cabinet about their wrongdoings, and after an arduous battle in the middle of the night, the Shield was able to walk away with their lives victorious. After their own battle, they heard the sounds of another fight taking place out deeper in the halls of the castle, and once they had finished their own battle, they were able to push out and see the aftermath of Adrenal being able to recruit all of the Kingsguard that he could to storm the castle and take it back, after Pyra was able to convince him that he couldn't just sit around and do nothing, and Orladar was able to instill the notion in his mind that something deeper and sinister was going on in the castle. As Zoria prayed over the fallen and Pyra stayed by her side, Urobos and Rylith caught up with their old mentor, and Orladar and Timber rushed up to Jakal's chambers to find his fate. He still looked as lifeless as before, but as the sun began to rise and they watched the color come to the sky through the windows, they watched as the color rushed and returned to his skin as he gasped for breath and shot up in his bed. Timber gathered the rest of the party, and after Jakal seemed calmed by Urobos and Rylith's presence, he asked that you help him up to the peak of his castle, where you all saw this large open-air room with a great map table in the center of it, but it seemed to be enchanted in some way, where it was lively and animated, almost like a real-life miniaturized version of the entire island. Jakal gave a harrowing speech explaining the circumstances to the entire kingdom through this enchantment, being able to boom his voice across the entire nation, as well as he gave a warning to those who aided the cabinet in this attempted coup. As he began to regain his strength, he gathered his original staff, as well as many of the citizens of the capital, to join you all in the great halls for a wonderful breakfast full of camaraderie and joy. You asked Jakal what he was aware of transpiring, and he told you everything he knew, which was more information than you had gathered before. At which point, one of you mentioned the issue of the extra objects floating in your sky, to which he seemed surprised, as he must have missed that entire series of events over the last over the last month or so. A couple of you rushed outside with him to fill him in on those new developments, during which Zoria stepped away from the meal as she made her way up to the office that you had found earlier in the night and stepped inside. Looking through the desk, Zoria found this brightly colored diary of Extralia's, bursting at the cover with pages and extra sticky notes. As she flipped through the handwritten notes and read Extralia's thoughts on the page of love and belief and care for her friends, Zoria dropped to her knees and began to weep. And that is where we are now. So before we pick up from there. Let's go ahead and cut back over to the three of you who ran outside with Jakal, who I believe were Orladar, Timber, and Pyra, leaving Urobos eating at the table with his other friends. So what are you three all doing as you are standing outside with Jakal, and he's like, I don't understand. What has happened?
None of us know. That's why we're here.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yep.
I see.
It has caused strange weather patterns. The seas were not calm on the journey.
Nope.
We need to find a solution.
All right. This is a great bundle of joy added on top of my already full plate. I'm gonna try and not focus on that right now. And I'm just gonna go try and finish a nice meal. Why don't we go back inside?
Don't worry yourself, Prince.
Well, right, suppose I will have to worry about it at some point, but maybe I can go forth over the next day.
Yeah, you just woke up. To get used to it.
Of course.
You do have to wake up.
Indeed. Well, let's go finish our meal. At which case you all go back inside, and you three see that Zoria is no longer at the table. Jakal retakes his seat and begins eating food, and his eyes are sort of wide, and he's just staring at the table as he's shoveling food into his mouth, just like... but you three see that Zoria is no longer at the table.
I would like to go check on the bodies of Iron and Australia. I don't know if they've been moved or not.
They have been moved earlier in the day as Jakal was trying to sort of set up this little celebration, as it were, back to some semblance of normalcy. They were taken out, just sort of all of the deceased bodies were kind of just piled in a corner outside of the castle. So you can go check on that if you wish.
I would like to.
Okay. You make your way outside, and they have not been touched.
Okay.
Iron and Australia still seem dead.
Okay. Is there anyone, watching these bodies?
No, it doesn't seem so. Around? It seems like everybody has sort of just put them there and then moved on.
Okay. I would like to stay there for a little bit, and then I'll go back inside.
Okay. Orladar, Pyra, Urobos?
I'm just gonna go wander, kind of looking for Zoria, but I don't know exactly where she is, so I'm just gonna wander around the castle until I maybe bump into her.
Okay.
Staying right here at this feast and enjoying some whiskey and some food and kind of keeping an eye on Jakal.
Okay. Yeah, Jakal's just and eating food. Yeah, Urobos, you just keep eating, chatting with Rylith and Adrenal.
Yep.
There is no talking, there is no eating. I am hungry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Rylith is too. Rylith is just stuffing his face. His cheeks bulging.
He's throw up.
Yeah, he seems very, very hungry. But all right, with that, we will cut back to Zoria. So, Zoria, you are down on your knees. Your eyes are flooded with tears, holding this diary as your tears are sort of dripping on the pages. Oh no. Hopefully John will be back. But Zoria, you're holding this diary, and your tears are rolling down your cheeks as your head is hanging down, eyes filled with tears. After a moment, you feel something. You feel fingertips on your chin. You feel this hand sort of bring your head up and begin to cup your cheek, and a thumb begins wiping away your tears. Through the thick drops of water in your eyes, you sort of squint and open them, and you see before you a bronze-skinned woman wearing this golden silk gown with red floral patterns down the front and up the sleeves. You see her wearing sort of golden jewelry around her fingers, wrists, and neck, along with this sort of thin golden crown, almost like a tiara, atop her head. It looks like sculpted like twisted wheat atop her head, holding back this sort of like beautiful, thick mane of this like dark golden blonde hair. You look around you and you also see that you are no longer in the office with the bookshelves of brightly colored flowers and toys. You see a modest, almost living room space with a fireplace ahead of you, in front of you, with 2 large cushioned chairs on either side of the hearth. And everything around you has this sort of odd golden tint to it. There's almost like this smoky, quality to your vision, even through the blurriness of the tears. This woman who's just sort of squatting down to your level in front of you, hand still on your cheek, wiping away the tears with her thumb, begins to speak and says, "Now, child, why are you crying?"
Sorry, it kind of takes a second to take this in. She's pretty certain this is Chimora, right? Like, this is...
The face does seem familiar.
Okay.
And not only the face, but just this warmth and
this feels
quality.
Like Chimora feels. She kind of pauses and her mouth kind of is just agape for a moment, but she kind of pulls herself together a little bit. Not
go up and wipe
as much
the tears.
as she can. Yeah, just kind of wiping her face. Takes a deep breath and says, "How can I be at peace with myself after we took a life so full of joy and love?"
You did do something difficult. That is true. Come. And she stands up and sort of grabs your hand and ushers you over to the 2 cushioned chairs. You take a seat in one and she takes a seat in the other and crosses her legs and sort of folds her hands in her lap. And she sort of pauses for a second and looks back up to you and says, "Now, what makes you think that their lives are any different from the deer who you hunt for dinner, who you consume for sustenance, to survive, not out of malice, not because you want to kill it, but because you need sustenance? Now, don't you think that those animals, the fish, the deer, the wild antelope, do you think they have any less joy, any less love in their hearts for their family?"
I don't know. Never talked to a deer.
You should try it sometime.
Maybe I will.
Now, child, you have such a pure heart. You really are my prize.
Zoria's crying. Again.
But even those with pure hearts must make difficult decisions. And like I said before, none of you or your friends, didn't kill out of malice. I could feel it. I could feel the struggle. I know that it was hard. But instead, you yourselves were protecting. You did kill. You killed out of care. Not just for your friend, but for the peoples of this land. Death is difficult. And it would say more about your character if you weren't having such a hard time with this. You have such a pure heart, Zoria. You have done so many great things, and there's still so much more to come.
Thank you.
Of course.
it's been so hard with all the change all at once and all the people around me just acting so much differently than I would myself, and just so much has been happening.
Indeed it is. And I am very sorry for you. But also I know you can handle it. And I know you're going to.
Can I ask you an unrelated question?
Of course, dear.
I don't know how often you listen. I know that my dad talks to you a lot.
Indeed he does.
How have they been doing? My dad, I don't know, I miss them, and I know that you have a more direct connection than anyone I know.
No worries at all. They miss you. Their hearts ache, but in the best way. But they are doing good.
Thank you.
Of course. Zoria, have you ever wondered why you don't look like your parents?
I mean, yeah, I don't have pupils or irises. That's kind of a big thing.
You also seem to have two very beautiful wings.
Yeah, that's also,
Zoria, you actually turn around and you see that they're actually out right now,
yeah.
and they're sort of just like folded in, but they are there. They are present.
Yeah, that's another weird thing that we've kind of just gotten used to,
Indeed.
What? Do you know why?
Of course I know why. You are my gift. Not only to your father, because he honestly is one of my most prized pupils, but to this entire plane of existence.
What?
You are destined for such great things, Zoria. And time will tell.
What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand.
She sort of puts her hand up and begins twirling her fingers, and as she does, sort of out of nowhere, you see a golden coin begin to roll across her fingers, and she catches it and then flicks it to you.
Zoria catches it, or tries to.
It twirls through the air, and you catch it, and you look down, and you see a very familiar symbol, Timora's holy symbol, which is a frontwards facing image of her sort of giving a grin, and she's surrounded by 4-leaf clovers. And as you look down, you hear Timora continue, and she says, "You just keep doing what your heart feels is right. What you feel is good. But never be harsh to yourself or your friends for making difficult decisions that are good in their intentions. Be that light. Be that light of good for your friends and for the world." And as you turn the coin over, you see another familiar image. You see the image that you see when you look in a mirror. It is a full body image of your face wearing the clothes that you are currently wearing, with your angelic wings outstretched in sort of streaks of light, like radiating out from you on this coin. As you look down, you hear the door be pushed open behind you, and you sort of like turn your head around, and you see Pyra standing in the door, and you see Pyra standing in the door. You look around, and you are left there in Extralia's office. Pyra, you open the door to Extralia's office, and you see Zoria on her knees in the center of this room. Her head turned, and you see her eyes are bright pink, and her cheeks are wet, and there are tears rolling down. You see this sort of open book sitting in her lap, and she is currently holding some sort of gold coin.
She also looks very confused.
Pyra doesn't know how to handle tears. Looks like she's just gonna. Wow, this it's really fluffy in this room. It's a lot of pink.
Pyra, did you see her?
Just look away.
Pyra.
See you.
Okay. Was there anyone else in here when you walked in?
Nope, just you sitting on the floor, reading a book.
Okay.
Are
Cool.
you seeing? Did you hit your head? We can get you checked
I
out.
don't think so. That was really weird, but also like the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
What happened?
I think Timora just like took me to another plane for a second or something like that.
That's scary.
It was really cool. She's really nice in real
cool.
life. Timora is kind of the best.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what to do now.
Do you want to go eat?
I want a nap.
Okay, we can get you a nap.
Okay.
Just not here.
Okay.
Go somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay?
Really quickly.
I'll go help her up.
Yeah.
Before we walk out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Just since I'm about to go to sleep, why not? Do I actually have it? Maybe I don't have it today. Never mind. Ignore me. I don't have detect magic. So, we'll do that later. Yeah, so I will go along with Pyra as directed.
Mm-hmm. Do you take the diary or do you leave it there?
I'll take the diary with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you look down, the coin is still there.
I definitely pocket the coin.
Yep, you still have the coin and it still looks the same.
Keep that with me.
I'm just gonna kind of escort her
Pyra, go ahead.
very warily.
Pyra, make a perception check real quick.
Oh, let me open my phone. It turns off automatically. Perception?
You all have Roll20 open, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. 24.
24. Zoria, are you trying to keep the coin from Pyra? Or do you try to sort of keep the coin quickly?
I mean, I'm trying not to make it too obvious, but I'm not actively concealing it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Pyra, as Zoria goes to put this rather large gold coin into her pocket, you do see one side of it, and you think you catch a glimpse of what looks like Zoria's face on a coin as she puts it into her pocket.
You're very strange, Zoria. But I like you. And I'll just keep walking.
All right.
Thanks. I think.
Don't cry again. No,
Oh.
we keep walking.
Oh.
All right. So Pyra escorts Zoria back down to the throne room where this big meal is taking place. There we go. All right, so as everyone begins to finish their meals after the next hour or so, Jakal stands up in front of the throne at the table, and he sort of shouts to the hall, and he says, "Thank you all for joining me in this small celebratory meal together. As tomorrow is my official coronation day, I have a lot of work to do and prepare. As do you all. We must get the city ready for the festivities and guests. Now go and prepare." And everyone gives a little cheer, and everyone starts to stand up and sort of disperses to go their separate ways and start preparing for the day. Jakal takes the Dwarven Kingsguard captain aside and sort of asks her to begin readying the castle, getting everything sort of cleaned up and spruced up and everything put away, and just getting everything ready for the next day. After which Jakal actually walks up to you, Urobos, and sort of grabs your arm and Adrenal's and pulls you two aside, and he says, "You two, could I have a word with you privately in my office?" Adrenal just gives a nod.
Sure.
Thank you. So you two follow Jakal up to the third floor of the castle to his office. While after Jakal sort of pulls those two away, what are the rest of you doing?
Going to sleep.
Yes, please.
I am
Bed,
exhausted.
please. Yeah.
Nap
I would also
time.
like to go to bed.
Is it nighttime?
A what?
We just
It
have
is for
dinner?
us.
You just had breakfast.
Oh,
We need a nap real bad,
It is-
though.
Yeah, at least a short rest. If not,
No,
we
do
can't sleep for
no, do you
a long
remember-
day.
do you remember last at the end of last session when you ran up to Jakal's bed chambers? The sun rose as he woke up and gasped for air. This is the beginning of the day before his coronation.
Got it. He
So
doesn't
it's like
need-
6 a.m.
so we can sleep.
Yeah. So is Jakal still in the room? Or is he
You
gone?
you can catch him before he leaves if you wanted to ask him something.
I would like to catch him.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Jakal,
Yes, Timber, was it?
yes. Where can
Yes.
we sleep?
Oh, of course. And he sort of ushers over one of the Kingsguard that sort of used to work in the castle. And he says, "Yes, could you please show these fine folks to the guest chambers? They are our royal guests here. You all get as much rest as you need. Please do."
Thank you. I will bow and gesture.
Of course.
Have a good day.
No worries. You all too.
I immediately get out of there.
All right. The guard begins to show you all to these super lavish chambers, and it's like a separate chamber for each one of you.
Oh,
Where-
this is beautiful.
and it's-
we can sleep until 2:00.
And it's a whole it's like a whole little like apartment suite with like this beautiful king size bed and a little fireplace, and it has like a little restroom area with a bathtub and a toilet with indoor plumbing and everything.
pirate
So are
jumps in the
these-
bath.
Are these rooms all
Perfect.
separate?
Yes, you each are led to a separate chamber.
I'm suspicious.
Yes?
I don't relax all the way.
Timber, it as soon as you sit down on the bed, it is the softest bed you have ever felt.
Oh wow. May have to reconsider.
Timber starts doing biscuits.
But yeah, you try to turn on the water, and it's like instant hot water. You don't understand how. You don't understand how this is like some weird enchantment shit. But it's like,
Is there booze?
yes, you each have a little a little drink table
I drink in the
with
tub.
with a couple of decanters. Yeah, it's like top tier, beautiful, just glorious suite. Yeah, you each get your own suite.
If there's a do not disturb, I put it on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's
Okay.
like, I'm not coming out until I've slept. Don't talk to me.
Zoria passes out.
Yep.
So
Okay.
hard immediately.
So you all begin your rest. Urobos, you and Adrenal follow Jakal, like I said before, up to the third floor of the castle. And you step up to the door, and Jakal sort of pauses for a second in front of you, and there's this slight just moment of apprehension, and you can sort of feel his tense energy. Takes a second before he pushes in, and you step into this large, lavish office space. you immediately can tell this room looks like it hasn't been stepped in months. Like the door hasn't even been opened. There's just a thin layer of dust beginning to collect on like all of the surfaces around the room. And Urobos, you see portraits of King Tarthal and Queen Eleanor with a young Jakal sort of hung up in different places. You see different pictures of Jakal like through his different ages as like a young boy, a teenager, sort of a young man probably like a few years ago, and everything. Jakal just sort of takes a minute, slowly looks around the room, slowly makes his way, and walking around the room, looking longingly at all of the pictures and books on the bookshelves, sort of running his fingers against stuff, kicking up the dust before he steps behind this large desk at the back of the room in front of this big, beautiful window. And he sort of slowly picks up a few papers and just runs some fingers over them. Then he sets them down and sort of he takes a gasp of breath in and stands up a bit straighter before he has a seat in the large cushioned chair behind the desk. Thank you both for giving me this minute. As obviously you both are aware, the circumstances behind my coronation tomorrow, not only do I not have the previous king's cabinet to pass on the crown or aid in the transition of any kind, I have not had the proper time to really prepare myself for tomorrow in all of its various ways. That being said, Adrenal, you have been a role model to me my entire life. I have watched you all of these years as I have grown up as a Kingsguard into a captain. You are this kingdom's most prized warrior by far, and strategist, and leader. There hasn't been a doubt in my mind since I was a child that I have wanted to ask you this. Will you be my head of law in my cabinet? Urobos, you sort of, your eyes go wide and you slowly turn and you see Adrenal's eyes are just as wide. His jaw is sort of a gap. And after a moment, you begin to see just a single tear roll down his cheek. As he says, "Get back in!" No. A single tear rolls down his cheek, and he says, it has been my life goal to serve and protect my people. Thank you, my king." And he sort of takes a knee and bows his head, and Jakal gives him a slow nod. And he just says, "Thank you." Then he turns to you, Urobos.
Oh, no. No.
And then he continues.
No responsibility.
He continues. Urobos, you were my first ever true friend. All those years ago, you were kind to me. Not because of my title or my name, you were just kind. You weren't afraid of what might happen if you acted wrong. You gave me someone to express myself with. You gave me a friend when absolutely no one else would. It has deeply hurt my heart that we grew so far apart as we got older. But you have made quite clear the depths of your loyalty and your heart. After all these years, you came back and saved this entire kingdom, along with my life. Urobos, it would be my deepest honor if you would be my right hand.
Firstly, Urobos just kind of like, I love this country. I love the people more than anyone could ever know. And feel it to be wrong. Be taking that title. We'll be here when needed. Will come the fastest of my ability to help this nation time and time again. But I have their promises to keep, their people friends as you are to me, they've been there for me as well. So, see what I signed up for through and through. Maybe I would take up that offer when I'm my turn. Definitely far more reliable.
I think you're more reliable than anyone I've ever met, Urobos. But that is understandable. I thank you.
Thank you. And then Nervous took kind of a little bow.
Mm-hmm. Even so, Urobos, as I have no one else, I would ask for you to please officially crown me the King of Alltera tomorrow. Even if you would not be my right hand. I want you to be the one who places that responsibility atop my head.
We're both turned away for a bit. Yeah, I can do that.
As you like sort of take a second to and you're like thinking, Adrenal like elbows your knee. It's like, king. Jakal just sort of gives you a little bow and he says, "Thank you kindly, my friend. You two are free to go about your business as I have a lot of work to get to myself. Thank you." Adrenal slowly stands up and he says, "Thank you, my king." And he sort of turns around and steps out the door.
You're gonna make a great king.
You're gonna make a great hero of the world.
It's the goal. Rose will start heading out the door.
Can't wait to catch up with you in the coming years and see what other crazy things you've accomplished.
Likewise, don't let the kingdom fall again.
Hey, it didn't really fall entirely, alright?
Who's gay there? If need be, always call upon the shield of the coast.
Thank you. And you step out of the office. Alright, Urobos, as you step out of the office, Adrenal is just sort of standing in the hall. He's just like...
I'm not kind of like...
And then
like you're gonna catch a fly.
And then he sort of looks over to you and he grabs you by the shoulders and he says, "Urobos, what the hell are you thinking?"
Actually thinking for once.
Well, I have to say I'm quite damn impressed by you, kid.
Likewise.
That was one hell of a mature thing to do. Alright, you go get some rest now, and he sort of ruffles your hair like an annoying older brother. And he sort of like pushes your head down.
Time to redo those braids.
Honestly though, you look like shit. You should go get some sleep.
Not too well shaven yourself, thank you very much.
Hey, listen, I was up all night running around trying to get people to come to the capital and storm the castle with me.
I was joking.
I was too. See you later today, kid.
Of course.
And he turns around and just starts getting to work like an absolute pro.
Urobos will head to find a guard, ask them for directions of
Yes.
where I can sleep.
Yes, they lead you to just as lavish of a guest chambers. And keep in mind, these are the guest chambers.
Also go like this.
Yes.
Just fall asleep.
Just poof. But yes, you all can pass out. Like I said, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun just rose. It's only been like an hour or two maybe of, getting food ready and everybody eating and talking and all of this transpiring. So if you all would like to go ahead and complete a long rest over on your character sheets, you can prepare some spells. You can sort of prepare some spells and everything. But Yes, if you all like wake up at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something, you sort of groggily get out of your come out of your bedchambers, and just throughout the rest of the day, you can see all around the city decorations are starting to go up. The castle is getting sort of cleaned and prepared. Jakal sort of sends out some guards to invite different vendors and different people to set up booths for the castle in the castle courtyard and everything. And you can see different like carnival games and food booths sort of starting to be like put up, and tents going up and everything. You can actually see this like large like stage platform being built and put together in front of the front door to the castle for the entire courtyard, and it's just like full on getting ready for this giant like festival right now in the capital city. So during this day right before of preparation, is there anything else you all would like to do?
I would like to find a weapons shop.
Yeah, so there is one close by to the castle that Urobos could actually show you to. Urobos found it the other day.
Actually, well, how long did the sheets say they were going to take again for both my swords?
Oh, that's right. You didn't keep a note of that?
Pretty sure it was like a week. I think you said it was a week.
I
so
think
I don't know how many days it's been.
I think it has been like half a day since you ordered those.
Those sheets are not done then. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it was something like a week for both.
I think so, because
it was
I
like
had a set detail and color for both of them, so.
Yeah, you got like really specific instructions, and you didn't pay any extra to expedite the process. So, but Pyra, what are you looking for?
A scimitar.
A scimitar. All right. Spells. Let me go ahead. Equipment. Trying to find equipment. Aha. Okay. Oh wait, this is adventuring gear. I need weapons. All right, you can buy one for 25 gold pieces.
Done.
All right, go ahead and mark that gold off, and mark that you now have a scimitar. Just a basic scimitar.
Oh, yeah. Also, would there be any health potions in this city?
No, you have not found anywhere that sells potions or magical effects like that. Oh yeah, Zoria.
Yes, I was waiting for a moment to
yes.
interject.
Zoria, as you finish your long rest, did you already roll?
I
Or
have
are you
not.
waiting?
I
Okay.
am waiting.
So Zoria, as you sort of wake up and fiddle with your alchemist supplies, as you have been practicing more and more, go ahead and roll the effects for your very first experimental elixir.
Okay.
Thanks to me being a good ass DM.
Number 3, resilience.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So I have a resilience potion.
You have a resilience potion. Go ahead and mark that down.
Okay.
You just put in you could put in your other possessions, experimental elixir, : and then just type in whichever effect you get each long rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so during this day of preparation, as everything is getting ready, is there anything else that the rest of you would like to do?
I would like to study one of the spells from
From the notebook.
my book. From the notebook, yes.
All right, which one are you gonna get into your spell book there?
My throat is really dry for some reason.
Oh no, drink water.
Try.
I need the chipstick.
I think I would like to study Gift of Alacrity,
Ooh, all right.
which is I'll need 2 hours.
Yeah, is that a first or second level? Is that second level?
It's a first level.
It's a first level. Okay, so it's 2 hours and 50 gold pieces of your special inks and papers.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and mark that off. You take 2 hours of the afternoon studying that. So Orladar just doesn't leave his room in the castle.
I would like to go find that poor guard, Kevin.
What?
That I'd like to find the poor guard, Kevin, that we knocked out.
Oh, Kevin's in the dungeons.
Oh.
Because he's not, because he wasn't dead. So
He wasn't a good one. He's
No.
a bad one.
no, Kevin got rounded. Yeah, Kevin got rounded up, and he got
a bad day.
Kevin got rounded up and thrown in a cell.
It just got worse.
Yeah, what a poor
Yeah,
kid.
Kevin woke up in a dungeon cell.
In jail. Yeah.
Yep. It's like,
I'm
what
just gonna find some
happened?
guards that will spar with my scimitar with me, and then I'll just spar for the day.
Okay, it does seem like all of the guards are busy preparing.
After all, can I borrow one of them?
Urobos will spar.
Okay, I'll take Urobos. Never mind.
Adrenal just says, "No, we got work to do."
I thought you were my friend.
Yeah,
Come on, Urobos.
Yep. Pyra, everybody is just like all hands on deck. Everybody's getting the city ready.
Fine. I'll go beat up Urobos.
All right, so you two spar. Urobos, Pyra. This is the first time that you've actually seen him do this, but Urobos just unsheaths both of his swords at once, and he starts swinging them around with like perfect dexterity in each hand, and he's like,
I only have one, but let's do this.
4 more.
Yes, 4 blades.
just 4 arms.
Turns it sideways.
All right. All right. Zoria and Timber. Is there anything you two are doing? Anything in particular either of you would like to do?
Well, first of all, before we went to sleep, I would like to take note of what rooms everyone is staying in.
Okay, yeah,
when
easy
I
enough.
wake up, I wanna check and make sure everyone's all right, everything's okay,
Okay.
and then I want to
Yep.
kind of wander around the castle and like take note of the hallways and see what's going on, and then I want to go back, and then I want to check on Orladar, and then I'm gonna leave again, and I'm gonna go check on the bodies.
Okay. Yep. So Timber is up before anyone else and wakes you all up, knocking on your door, like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
But like subtly.
Yep.
I'm not trying to raise any alarm bells.
And then afterwards, Timber, Orladar, as you were just trying like super hard, you're like concentrating, you're practicing the spell. You're beginning to see sort of the faint silver energy get sort of like drawn out of the air itself as you begin sort of manipulating it and drawing these sigils that you see in this notebook. And there's a loud knock on the door as Timber bursts their head in, and you lose it. You're like,
Silently, subtly.
Yes, Timber?
Just making sure you're all right.
I'm good. I'm gonna stay in my room for a couple hours. I've got some studying to do.
Timber, you just see like loose pages everywhere.
Let me know if you
Loose
need me,
pages and
Okay,
if anything comes up.
you're all right here.
I'm good.
It's okay. I'll leave. I have woken up stronger than ever before. I have never felt so good.
Timber, you actually look and you have one. You have 2 additional. You have 2 additional abs actually. I'm like, oh.
Crazy. I didn't even know it could do that. Cool.
Timber with the 24 pack.
All right.
Just all of the ripples. All right, Zoria.
First of all, I would like to kind of skim through the diary that I grabbed.
Okay.
Just like really quickly, kind of looking for any information, trying to emotionally separate myself from it as well as I read it.
Yeah.
But really looking for any information on, especially like the Bloodborne and things like that. I know that I don't think we heard that Extralia was really a big part of them, but
Yeah, you heard that Iron and Barry were the ones
Barry.
who introduced this idea.
Yes. But I want to see if there's any more information to see if this goes any deeper than just the corruption in this city, really.
Okay.
See if I can find anything in there.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. What's my investigation? Not great. Let's see. Ooh, that's not bad at all. 19.
19. Okay, so flipping through, you do see like a couple more just like super real pages that like really just makes you actually begin to see similarities between you and Extralia, like a lot more and everything, and you see like a couple of pages that just make her a really real person.
Great.
To you.
Love it.
So that's a little difficult.
Yeah.
But reading through, you do actually find you don't find any sort of deeper information on the Bloodborne as as sort of like an organization or a peoples or anything like that. But you do find like some notes where she was like, Iron and Barry have just told Seamus and I about this group and sort of their plans and everything, and you do read a couple of sentences that talk about how they were the last ones, and some big thing happened where all of their brethren sort of got killed off or something. You can kind of tell that Extralia wasn't really listening. And then you actually, like, there's one point where like a sentence just stops in the middle of a sentence and like a super detailed picture of Barry's face is drawn with a heart around it. And so yeah, so it's like
how high quality is this drawing?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's like, damn it, there are some details, like she was a good artist. You see like little like bees and butterflies around the edges of the pages that she's sort of drawn and stuff like that. But yeah, so I will say with that roll, you do discern that from at least what Extralia knew and what she wrote in her diary, Iron and Barry were the last two of this organization, and the sort of them trying to convince Extralia, Seamus, and Tarthel and Eleanor was them trying to rebuild this.
Okay.
And everything. So as far as they were aware, there were no other members of this society other than themselves, and they were trying to give it new life.
Okay.
And trying to bring it back from ashes, as it were.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I wanted to head back up towards the offices, and as soon as I'm up there, drop a detect magic.
Okay. As you go up there, you actually see there's sort of like a troop of Kingsguard who are actually cleaning out all of the offices.
Zoria very much wants to cast detect magic at this time.
So you cast detect magic and walking through, sort of waiting as they're like carrying like piles of pages.
Trying to walk past the bags that are leaving as fast as she can.
Yeah. There's some bags that are just sort of like being taken out. There's like piles of books and everything. There's actually some guards that are taking them up the next floor, as if they were taking them to Jakal, where he took Urobos and Adrenal earlier. Like they're bringing him information and stuff like that. Going through the 4 offices that, as you see the belongings being taken and everything, you can kind of discern whose was whose. You see Barry's and Iron's. You actually see a glimpse of like a little love note written to Barry from Extralia, with like a bunch of hearts and cutesy things. It's in pink ink. And so you sort of like discern, and there are no pings, no magical auras.
Okay.
Coming from anything from their offices.
Okay. I guess I will just kind of wander for the rest of the time that's up then.
Okay.
Just kind of go through the halls.
Do you still have the bag of holding?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Remind me what the items that you all took off of the other cabinet, who has what?
Who took that blood orb ball? Pyra, did you grab that?
Yeah, that was
okay.
Pyra.
So Pyra has that on her person.
Yeah.
Urobos.
I have the Seamus' shield and hammer.
You have those on your person? Okay, and then the short sword was in the bag of holding? Someone took Barry's short sword too.
I believe that is in the bag of holding.
Yes.
That is in the bag of holding? Okay.
That sounds right.
Okay, so do you just wander the halls of the castle while that is active, Zoria?
I mean, the halls, I'll, like, if there are any doors open, I'll kind of poke my head in and wander. I'm really just trying to see if there's anything that maybe the previous leadership left behind that they would not need to use anymore.
You, so walking through the castle, you do not get any pings in particular, other than sort of like the sconces on the, through the halls and everything. You get faint magical, like they're magic flames.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But as far as items are concerned, you do not get any additional pings. No.
Okay.
Not on that spell.
If she is headed that direction at all, she will walk outside where the bodies have been laid as well, just to see if, I don't know. She doesn't really want to dig through a pile of bodies, but, you know, if there's anything in there, she wants to know about it.
Okay, so do you try to head back down there and outside before the spell ends? Okay, so as you head outside, you see Pyra and Urobos sparring, and they're sparring, and you do actually get a very strong magical glow around the shield that is on Urobos' back, but not on the hammer that is hanging by his side.
Okay.
You get that, and obviously three other very strong magical auras from Urobos' two swords and Pyra's axe.
Yes.
But, you go over to the bodies and you see that the pile is significantly smaller, and you actually see people beginning to carry bodies away from the castle and out of the castle courtyard to get things ready for a festival, as it were. Iron and Extralia's bodies are still there, and you do not get any magical pings on their bodies.
Okay.
It seems like you guys picked them pretty clean.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the main stuff that I wanted to do. Maybe go into town and see if there's like an apothecary kind of shop where I can restock on supplies. Okay.
I will say you find a very rudimentary one for like herbal remedies to sicknesses and everything, and you can definitely get certain ingredients, but they do not have any sort of special potions. They don't have any healing potions or anything like that. It's just certain remedies.
Okay, so I would like to pick up like some potion supplies there.
Yeah, that's easy enough. Go ahead and mark off a couple of gold.
Like, how many
3.
is a couple? You're the DM, not me.
Mark off 3 gold for restocking your supplies.
Okay.
Especially for your like experimental elixirs and stuff.
One more thing. Sorry.
Okay.
Is there anywhere in this town where I believe I could find?
Sorry, I just realized that you passed Pyra. You do get a magical glow from Pyra's pocket as well. And Pyra's neck. Pyra's holding a lot of magical shit. Oh, and the badge that she's wearing, yeah. Pyra has a lot of magic glowing coming from her.
And my battle axe.
Did I get
I already said that.
Did I get any magical pings while walking past Jakal's bedroom?
Oh, did you walk past Jakal's bedroom?
I wandered through the halls of the castle.
Okay, yeah, you get a faint magical ping through the wall of Jakal's bedroom, yeah.
I would like to go follow that ping.
Okay, if you follow that ping, you see that it is the amulet of proof against detection that is still just sitting on his floor. You toss it. You take that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, go ahead and add an amulet of proof against detection.
Okay. And then my last thing.
So that happened earlier, and then yes, as you are walking by Urobos and Pyra sparring, you see the shield on Urobos' back is glowing. Urobos' 2 shields, Pyra's axe is glowing, obviously. You see the key that is hanging around Pyra's neck is glowing. That she has used a couple of times. It's underneath her shirt, I'm assuming. But then you also see a glow coming from Pyra's pocket.
Yes. Okay.
which I'm not sure if you're aware of or not, but you see the glow coming from her pocket.
Yeah. The last thing is I would like to look for a place like a jeweler's or some place that would sell gems.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Hey, Nova. I gave Nova a bath yesterday. She disliked it.
14.
14, okay. I'll say higher up, closer to the castle. A few buildings down from the sort of weapon and armor shop. You can find one. They have an assortment of beautiful gems and stuff like that.
Do they have any diamonds, perchance?
What type of diamonds? Like how crazy are you looking for?
Please hold. I'm trying to remember what the number is for this one. I think it's 100. Please hold. I thought I prepared it today.
Did you get what I think you got?
I think I did. I mean, I had it for a while, but I just haven't had to use it yet. 300.
300?
Yes.
Crazy.
There's one that has to have a 500 gold one, I think.
Yeah, that's like...
They have one 300 gold piece diamond.
I'll buy it.
Okay. Go ahead, take away that 300 gold, and mark off that you have a diamond worth 300 gold.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna roll a die to determine how many they had based on the price. I didn't think it was 300, so.
Yeah.
You got a D2.
Perfect. What's the one that takes a gem that's worth 100?
Worth 100?
I feel like there's something that uses
I feel like there is too.
And I can't remember what it is. 'Cause if there's something like that, then I want other diamonds as well. So I don't have to use my $300 one. $300 gold one.
Yeah. So yeah, Pyra, Zoria, you do have the bag of holding on you though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you can't see anything in the bag of holding with detect magic? I don't know.
No, because it's in a different plane.
Exactly.
Dimension.
Okay, never mind. Okay. So, Timber. Earlier you had said you went to check on the bodies. You find the same thing that Zoria finds a little later in the day. You see that they are beginning to work on taking them away to probably a large mass grave somewhere at this point.
All right. I would like to see if I can be of use setting up anything for the coronation. I would like to find some what look like servants or people that work in the castle, and I would like to offer my assistance.
Oh yeah, Adrenal is also sort of like shouting orders, and he's in this seat of command, as it were, and he gives you a job super quick.
Set up.
Yep, you go ahead and begin aiding in the setup. Orladar, you only need 2 hours to copy Gift of Alacrity, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you can do a lot more during the day if there's anything else you wish to do.
Sophie.
Because two
costs 100 gold.
2 hours.
It's literally what I just checked.
I see. Yes. So yeah, so you finish that within 2 hours. Is there anything else you want to do throughout the rest of the day?
I would like to seek out Chakal.
Okay.
And
you can ask some of the guards who are running around doing jobs and everything. Jakal is currently in his office, in the king's office.
That's great. I'm gonna go to the king's office.
Okay, you knock on the door, and you hear the familiar voice as he says, "Come in." And you walk in and you see him dusting off some books, taking books off shelves and dusting them off, and you see just the room is filled with dust. He sort of has the windows open. And he is trying to clean this office so that he can get shit done. So.
Hello, Your Highness.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, I was coming to ask if there were any, I don't know, men or women of science here who maybe study the stars and the planets, or the history of, or the dimensions. Anybody who I could work with to to inquire about the objects in the sky?
Unfortunately, it's not entirely an extremely common practice here.
Here, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Is there a library? Do you have books that I could maybe study?
Well, there are a lot of books, all right. You actually
I could see that.
As you were coming up, you actually saw sort of like stacks of books and papers outside of the office that the guards that you saw like guards carrying stacks of and bringing to outside of the office as there's like books off of the shelves in piles and Jakal sort of going through. Stuff.
Or perhaps I could just help you. I've spent a lot of time at college. I'm very good at researching. If you wanted to tell me what you're looking for, I'm sure I could be of assistance.
Well, right now I'm not necessarily looking for anything in particular. I'm just trying to get the place cleaned up so that if I ever do need any of these books, I don't have to sneeze every time I flip a page.
Do you want some help?
Honestly, Orladar, I would love some help.
Let's.
If you wouldn't mind, I was trying to let all the rest of the Kingsguard go about the other orders I gave them and get the castle all ready, but a hand and a friend would be great.
Awesome. Let's get it cleaned up.
All right, grab a rag. You start pulling books off and dusting up the place, putting books back on the shelf and sort of sprucing up the place. You can see now that this entire room had like a thin layer of dust, like it hadn't been stepped foot in months.
Well, because the guy whose office it is has been in a coma.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see like the desk is covered with papers, and Jakal, after you start working on sort of like the shelves and all the like other dusting and everything, Jakal steps behind the desk and he starts piling up papers and flipping through papers, throwing some in like a box that he has, putting some back into like a pile for him to go through at a later date, and it's just spring cleaning mode.
Well, I heard from a very wise wizard that we should take all of the books off the shelf, put them in piles, and then tap them to wake them up, and then hold each book and see if it sparks joy before we put it back on the shelf.
None of these are necessarily joyful books. They're just sort of informational stuff that I need to run the kingdom, so I would like to keep all of them.
All right, I'll put them
mostly
all back.
Because I have to, since I'm going to be the king tomorrow.
It's your job now.
Indeed. It gets back to work and everything, and after a couple hours, you start to get the place sort of cleaned up, and he sits at the desk and he starts going through papers and starts to like write down things, and he starts to transcribe like letters and stuff like that, and he starts getting to work, to like real work.
Over the course of this time that we are cleaning and dusting the shelves and organizing the books, do I notice any books, titles, or anything that might have to do with nature, the stars, history of the kingdom or the continent or the planet, anything that might be useful to look through for the current situation, or for Orladar's own personal pursuit of his grandfather's mission?
Go ahead and make me a perception check as you are just sort of glancing as you are helping.
Just looking through titles.
Yep.
Oh. Do I have a spell that lets me roll something again?
Yeah, not in your spell book.
I do. Trying to find it.
You do, but it's not in your spell book.
No. It's... What?
What?
It's not?
No,
I took a long rest.
It's in your features and traits.
I do. That's that thing that I have. I need to do that. I'm gonna do that.
What are you gonna do, Orladar?
I'm gonna... Alright, nope. Chronal shift.
There we go.
Okay, as you exert a small bit of your knowledge and power over the flow of time that you have been learning reading through this notebook that you translated.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you going to use your second one?
What? What am I making? An
A
investigation?
perception check.
Perception, not investigation.
No, because you are not going through each book in detail.
I'm gonna do it again.
All right, you use your last chronal shift as you're like, I see a different future.
No.
What is the total?
I do not see a different future. The highest I got out of those 3 rolls.
You don't get to choose. You have to use the new roll.
Oh, what? It doesn't matter. 7.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
You don't really notice anything through these books, especially because you're mostly focusing on trying to help Jakal get everything cleaned off. You don't really notice anything. Most of the book seems like a history of like the laws and how things work in the kingdom and everything like that. But
don't care.
You don't really find anything that you think would be beneficial.
Okay.
In this situation. All right.
What a bummer.
All right. Is there anything else in particular you all would like to do during this day? Zoria?
I'm thinking.
You're just gonna let those 2 magical glows just sort of just leave them be?
Thinking.
Zoria?
At some point in the day, I would like to find Pyra, and I would like to ask about that orb.
You caught the magical aura from the shield on Urobos' back that he grabbed from Seamus, and the glow in Pyra's pocket. That is what I was alluding to, because you haven't said anything about those things.
I mean, I would.
That is all I was just making
identify, so I can't do much.
I know, but
I guess I will inform.
Don't we have like special goggles that identify?
Orladar does, but
I do. I'm attuned to those.
Well, I will say.
I know Zoria's just like, those are magical. I'll die with that information. I'll take that info to my grave.
No, I will inform Urobos that the shield is magical, and I'll probably also inform Orladar of that. And also, I mean...
You also remember that the hammer had no magical glow. It was just a warhammer.
Yeah. And the orb... I mean, I'm pretty sure that we all know it's magical, but I'll be like, hey, Pyra, just in case you didn't know, that's definitely magical. Just, like, saw that. I know we probably all inferred that, but, yeah.
I mean, I just picked it up to give to someone to figure out what it was, so if you'd like to take it away from me
give it
before I break it.
No, Orladar.
Orladar's not there.
I'm not talking to Orladar. I'm telling Pyra to give it to Orladar.
Oh, okay. I'll find Orladar. Eventually. I'm gonna keep sparring for now. Hopefully I don't break it.
Oh gosh. Well,
Pyra, make a dexterity check for me.
Shit. Why do I say shit, guys? Why do I talk?
Don't give him ideas.
Why do you?
I don't know.
Here, I'll give you a dexterity saving throw. Oh.
What'd you say? No, never mind. I'm not even gonna ask because I know it's gonna be a no. Not 1. +2, so 3.
All right. So as you're sparring, nothing happens. I'm not going to do that to you.
Imagine Urobos just smacks my leg.
Urobos, your sword, you just hear shatters. Your glass shatter.
Is that your phone? I don't know.
Fire pieces of glass into your side. No, I'm not going to do that to you.
Gas billows out around you.
Oh no, Pyra's new iPhone 12.
Guys, she's got AirPods in. How will she hear us?
She can't hear us. She's got AirPods in.
It's funny because she does.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So throughout the rest of the day, nothing else you all would like to attend to.
Timber was looking for me.
Oh yeah, Timber. Easy enough. You'd see Pyra and Urobos outside, still just sparring. Pyra isn't using her axe. She's trying to figure out how to use this sword, which Pyra, by the way, this sword just feels super unbalanced in your hands and just not comfortable. And no matter how much you practice, there's just sort of some sort of resistance your arm has to swinging this sword. Because if you remember that that aspect of your axe.
Question. If I, okay, so going back to the reckless thing, game mechanics. If I choose to do reckless with my scimitar, giving me advantage on the attack, would it straight out roll?
Yes, it would cancel out the advantage. It would cancel out the disadvantage, so you would just have a straight roll.
Cool. Just making sure. That's all.
Okay.
All I wanted to know.
Okay. Timber, you find Pyra easy enough?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the glass orb.
Oh, I'm not sure.
So
it's empty.
We already talked about it. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's all I know. Do you want it?
You take it out and it's just
I
empty.
really don't want to go far Orladar.
Sure.
Here,
I'll find it.
take it to Orladar.
All right.
Do I feel anything weird from this orb?
Just a glass ball.
Can I
Feels light.
check?
Feels very light. What are you trying to discern?
I don't know. I want to see what I can discern.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, cool. 15.
A 15? Okay, so you're trying to sort of like look at it, and as you're feeling around, so there's a gold rod inside, stretching from end to end. One end has a golden circle that is flanked by the 3 sort of little legs that you saw shoot out and anchor it to the ground, and then the other end of the rod has just the same thin gold ring, sort of around where the rod ends in the glass ball.
Okay. And is it anchored or is it free floating?
The rod? The rod is anchored, yes. The rod is anchored. The rod is stationary.
All right.
All the time. As you are looking at it, the end of the orb that doesn't have the 3 legs, the thin golden ring sort of pushes in. Like you could click it like a button.
Yeah.
You feel that?
I fiddle with it. Does it do anything?
Do you push it down? You can feel that it's you can feel that it can click down, but like you would need to purposefully push it.
I hold it at arm's length and I push it.
Okay, you hold it at arm's length. Timber, how are you holding it?
Oh no.
Timber, so are you holding it with your hand like this to the side, or are you holding it with your hand underneath it?
To the side.
To the side?
Because I saw that feet came out of that other little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm holding the orb and the rod is upright.
Yeah, so the rod is on the inside of the...
Yeah. Example.
Yes.
And so I click the top. And
Okay. As you hold it there, you push down and you feel it sort of click like a button, and as it clicks, the 3 legs shoot out like super quick, and then the rod goes and sticks outside of the orb and shoots to the outside of the orb.
Does anything happen?
It's just like that. Now it is just like that. The rod is now on the outside of the orb. And you see the end of the rod that shoots out. The end of the rod that shoots out is like extremely sharp to a point.
All right.
Like a needle.
I'm holding it, and I like take off my wrappings from my arm, and I just I wrap it up, and then I like hold it in a bundle, and I'm like, gotta go find Orladar.
Timber.
And then I just run.
Okay, Timber, you feel that the button that you clicked in is still pressable. Do you press the button again?
No.
Okay.
I wrap it up and I gently, delicately carry it to Orladar.
Okay, you're able to find Orladar in Prince Jakal's office. Orladar, after a few hours, you help him get the place sort of spruced up and cleaned up, and he sort of says, "Thank you very much for all of your help, Orladar, but I really have to get to more administrative work.
Of course, Your Majesty. Is that the right thing to call you?
Not technically yet.
Okay.
One of the big things I have to figure out.
Is there should we be expecting any dramatic events around your intended bride situation? Are they still coming?
I hope not. But we'll see.
Did you contact them and tell them
No.
the marriage is off, or
No. I don't really have a way to contact them now that I do not have a spellcaster at my disposal.
I'm a spellcaster.
Even so, they're probably already almost here.
Okay.
So I think I'll go ahead and wait until they arrive and have a talk with them.
Well, and you will have somebody with you, correct? Like a bodyguard, like.
I'll have guards out. I'll have guards on the other side of the door. I don't necessarily want anyone else in on the conversation of high-up royal business. I don't know. I'm freaking new at this.
Might I just recommend that you have at least one or maybe even two people that you can trust in this situation. Perhaps even I would do it, but I would not want to be there alone. If they got physical, I could not protect you.
I'm not extremely
But if they
worried.
tried to hurt you with magic, I could be of some use. As the rest of the Shield of the Coast could as well. The things that your cabinet were able to do to you, and the fact that you've only been conscious now for about 10 hours, 12 hours?
Indeed, still getting used to it.
Makes me concerned for you, Your Highness, and if we can be of service in that way, perhaps as your personal bodyguards while we're here, at least until after your coronation, while things are getting smoothed over, the Shield of the Coast would be very happy to serve you in that capacity.
I deeply appreciate it, Orladar. I might ask Urobos and Adrenal to sit in with me. Possibly you all could wait out on the other side of the door.
That would be that. I would highly advise that, just given what you've been through.
Indeed. I thank you for your concern. I sincerely do.
Enjoy your afternoon, Your Highness.
Thank you. You too. Get ready for some fun tomorrow. You all actually get to have the fun. I mean, I'll have fun too. It's fun festival. I'm excited. So excited. Yes. All right. Have to get to work. And he starts looking, and his eyes go wide. And he's like, oh, and he starts writing on papers and stuff.
Quietly back out of the room.
Orladar, as you quietly step out of the room, you turn your head, and Timber is running up the hall, arms outstretched, holding this little bundle with this golden needle and 3 legs poking out one end, and they're just
hey there. What you got there? What's going on?
I did something I maybe shouldn't have. This is the orb that Seamus threw at the ground that incapacitated all of us. You remember the one.
Oh, I
got it from Clara, and there looked to be a button.
You remember
and
the
I
one.
clicked the button, and it
Why?
opened.
Why would you do that?
Curiosity got the better of me.
You know what they say.
I do know what they say.
Timber, that's actually an extremely derogatory term.
Curiosity did what to the cat?
Let's not talk about that. But
It's actually an extremely
I don't know what
derogatory
to
term.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, let's figure out what this thing is.
Alright.
Let's maybe go away from Jakal's office. Is there an exit door nearby? We can go outside.
You could head outside easily enough.
Let's go outside, because if this does something that fills the air with something bad. I'd rather have it be outside where the wind can protect us since we're not wearing masks.
Smart.
Indeed.
Okay. So we're going to go
Outside.
outside.
Okay.
We're going to unwrap it. Set
All right.
it on the ground.
Yeah, I like setting it on the ground. That's a good
Yes.
idea.
So you unwrap it.
Yes. And then I would like to use
actually mostly
the goggles
mechanical.
of object reading. I would like to use my one charge.
Oh, so
Like
you're gonna cast Identify on it?
Yes, I am going to cast the Identify spell using the goggles.
Okay.
I can only do that once per day. This seems like a good time to use it.
All right. So, casting the Identify spell on this, you begin seeing like the heads up display like a video game. You begin seeing like sort of little boxes pointing to little bits and pieces of it, explaining what it is, and it's just like
Okay. Perfect. And
information
it looks like
popping
a
up.
glass and gold, like.
So it just looks like a glass ball. It's just a glass sphere that is hollow on the inside.
Right.
With on either pole of the sphere, there's this just thin golden ring. Around flanking one of the rings is 3 thin golden legs that are right now outstretched, like tripod.
Got it.
And then when you saw it when it was empty, after the red liquid inside had been dispersed, it had a golden rod stretching from pole to pole, from the golden ring to the golden ring on the inside,
Okay.
locked in place. But right now that rod is on the exterior in the middle of the 3 legs, and it's sort of like shot out like a needle, and it looks like a needle on the end.
Okay. All right. I've
So-
drawn a picture of this.
Yes, so that's what it looks like. Casting using the goggles, you discern that the name of this device is called a lead blood grenade.
Lead, blood.
I just realized that I spelled lead incorrectly. I was looking at it, said LED. LEAD.
Okay.
Like the
Grenade?
substance.
Grenade.
Yes, a lead
I don't
blood
know how to
grenade.
spell that word. Okay.
GRENADE.
Okay.
Yes, so you discern that how it works is that a willing creature must place the 3 golden rods to exposed skin and click the button on top. During which the three tripod legs will sink into the creature's skin, and the rod will shoot into the creature's flesh and extract their blood into to fill the grenade.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
After it is full, the rod will retreat back into the orb, and the legs will retreat back. Once it is full of a creature's blood, you can toss the orb. Within 120 feet of you, and on impact, it will anchor itself to the ground and let out an explosion of dark, thick red smoke in a 40-foot cube centered on it. And each creature in that area has to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, they are affected by the slow spell for 1 minute. But on a save, their next action is spent doing nothing but coughing up the smoke.
And that was a 40-foot cube?
40-foot cube, yes. You can actually, Orladar, if you would like to add it to your inventory, you can go ahead and add a lead blood grenade to your inventory in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
And you can get all of the information there. For
Share this information with me.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, to sort of explain to you all.
Yes, I tell Tim I explain the entire thing.
Yes,
to Tim
and
as
so
I am looking at it.
so in terms of game mechanics, it has 1 charge that goes off. It has 1 charge that is expended when it goes off when you use it, and to extract the blood. Oh, wait a second. Where's the refill? Details page. Okay, I have to go in and find the information. Goodness gracious. Okay, So essentially, it does not recharge until you choose to refill it with blood. So as an action, a creature can place the orb to their exposed skin and click the button on top, after which the anchoring legs will extend and sink themselves into the creature's skin, and the long rod will shoot out and extract blood from the creature. The creature loses hit points equal to half their hit dice, rounded up. So you roll half of your hit dice, rounded up, and that is how many hit points you lose. As well as you lose those hit dice. You lose those hit dice as if you use them to regain hit points for a short rest.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And
Did you type this in here?
what? Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, this is an item that I created.
Thank you. That's all I was. So add. It took me a while to find it and to make everything work.
You should be able to just find lead blood grenade.
I did.
Oh, but lead is spelled incorrectly. I have to change that.
That's why I asked.
Sorry, I have to change that. I misspelled that.
Does this take attunement?
If you find it on your character sheet.
I'm looking. It
does not
say that it. No. Okay. Does not require.
No, it does not. And another thing is that as you increase in level, the DC will get higher since you are expending more hit points for it.
Awesome. Well, this is a cool little weapon that we've got here now, everybody just is Timber. And
yeah, you and Timber are just by yourselves.
Just us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Timber, I'm still tired.
That's all right. Me too.
Oh, wait, no, I can change the name.
Okay. Well, just gonna put this grenade in my little bag.
What?
Is it time to eat yet?
It is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know.
Great.
Right.
Is there anything I have
Seems
to
like
do here?
time to eat.
I feel like maybe we should just go down to the tavern and check on our horses.
Have you clicked the button again yet? Because right now it is still just a ball with a spike shooting out one end.
Oh. I don't want to get my blood sucked. Can I disengage
we can talk about it later.
Can I disengage this thing before I?
Okay. Yes.
Put it in my bag?
You would figure out. You just click the button. Once you click the button again, it just shoots back in and retracts into the ball.
Perfect. I will do that and then put it in my little,
Okay.
satchel, leather cool hip bag, whatever.
Indeed, but
backpack.
You now have that.
Great. Timber, should we go to the tavern? How far away is the tavern?
It's like 80 steps away from the front of the castle.
Oh.
The tavern we were staying at?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that close.
Yeah,
it's close.
It was way down further.
It's not way down further. It's a little more than 80 steps, but also it doesn't matter because you can get anywhere in the city within a few minutes.
All right.
Because it's the little tiny place. Okay, great.
Well, it's big but compact.
Let's go.
All right. So what are you doing?
We're going to the tavern.
Okay. Easy enough.
To check on the horses.
Okay. They seem fed and fine.
And drink.
Okay. Is there anything else you all would like to do for the day?
I want to go to, after I get some whiskey, I want to go to Meats and Treats.
You actually
my buddy.
You actually notice them. They are setting up a booth for the festivities.
Excellent.
They are both in the castle. They do tell you that they cannot sell you any of their treats currently because they're getting everything ready for tomorrow. So
Garrett,
you can't buy anything from them.
Garrett and Julia, I'm so happy you're here. We told Prince Jakal how awesome you were, and you're like, you got to get some of their meats and treats. They're amazing.
They both thank you and are very preoccupied. My throat hurts, so I cannot do their voices.
I'm so sad.
/ I don't want to because my throat hurts.
Garrett's my favorite person I've met on this island. Okay.
So just for the rest of the day, is there anything else you all would like to do, or do you just go throughout the rest of the day and then move on till tomorrow. Move on to tomorrow.
Like to find everyone and sit down, have dinner, maybe see if everyone's had dinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you all can eat a meal. You all can eat a meal together later in the evening. As the day comes down to a close, you see sort of the everything around the castle courtyard is getting ready to is sort of finishing the preparing stages and getting all prepped for the big day.
Shall we meet in the castle and have a meal there? Shall we stay in the suites that the king provided for us? The prince, excuse me.
Fancy rooms, yes.
Yes.
No, yeah. At some point, Jakal probably says, like, you can ask the kitchen staff for whatever meal you wish, and they'll just cook it for you, and you can just eat there in the castle. Easy enough. He treats you all like esteemed and honored guests, so, you know, you saved his life. It's the least he could do.
Yeah.
You kind of saved his entire kingdom, so.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, what are we ordering? That's the question.
A whole bunch of fish. All the different kinds.
Yes.
Really funny. Timber hates the water,
The fishies.
but still
But
loves
loves
the
the
fish. Fishies are very nice.
Steak, very rare.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey.
Bacon.
All
I
right.
would also like to see what kind of alcohol they have. Anything other than whiskey.
All the kinds. They have
Oh.
fine
Well, yeah.
wines. They have a huge assortment of different spirits and liqueurs and fruit flavored things. Yeah.
I want to find like 2 different
They have
wacky
rum.
looking liqueurs, and I want to bring them down. And I'm gonna pour 2 of them into a glass, and I'm gonna shoot back like 3 of them.
Oh God, Timber, make a Constitution saving throw. Or a Constitution check, because you know this is
I'm
coming.
gonna have
Beer.
some wine.
Woo!
Some wine and bacon.
That'll be all right. Okay, what do I add? Just my con.
Your Constitution modifier, yeah.
18.
18. Timber, it's like you feel the burn in your stomach, but in a good way, and you're like, oh, that was delicious.
Yo. All right. What are we talking about?
Urobos would like some ale, please.
Yup, just
A lot of it.
you all pretty much anything you can imagine, it's there. It's ready.
Plate of brownies.
You just straight up get fed like
On a barrel.
royalty.
Zoria wants
I
the
want a
most
barrel
exotic food possible. That is what she tells the kitchen.
The kitchen staff is just like,
Just what you have on hand that's really exotic. Like, and not a ton of it. I just want to taste something really cool and weird.
all right.
Something local
they-
to Alltera.
They bring you like a steak that has been carved out into a bowl, and it's filled with escargot and caviar.
Thanks!
Zoria.
He looks really confused when he serves it to you.
I don't think this is what I meant. She doesn't
want
say that to
more
him.
bacon?
She says that after he left.
But also like really weird looking escargot is snails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just really like weird looking snails that you've never seen before, and you're like,
If you don't like it, you can
What'd
have
you
some of
ask
my
for?
bacon.
I asked for something exotic. What they had on
That's-
hand, not a ton of it, but I wanted to try something fancy.
That's definitely caviar. Fancy.
I guess.
Oh, fancy.
Snails. I mean, I could find some of those outside, but whatever.
Zoria will
The
try.
staple, though.
a
The
snail.
staple. I don't know how they got
it's
it into
very
a bowl.
salty, but it's pretty delicious. It's better than you were thinking. Especially like the texture wasn't what you were expecting. It was like prepared in a very very nice professional way.
Okay.
Pleasantly surprised.
Zoria will eat the snails and keep the shells as
Keepsakes.
keepsakes and potential potion components.
All
Who
right,
knows?
all
We
right.
don't
You
need
can
a
make
snail
a
shell.
necklace. You can make a, like one of those, like what are the Surfer Boy Kyle necklaces?
Puka shell.
Puka shells. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
goodness.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. That is not what I was expecting.
I would like to tell everyone about the lead blood grenade that
Yes,
was
so
on Silas's person.
yep, so Zoria, Pyra, and Urobos. Timber sort of takes out the orb and explains to you all how it works with Orladar's help, and Orladar's like, yeah, you see this? Shoots into your skin and sucks your blood. Then you can use it for an offensive attack. Yeah.
Timber,
Is it bad?
You all were listening when I was
Going
explaining it
steady.
before, right?
Yes.
Timber, if we're not going steady, you should probably not pull things out of my pouch like that. So,
Sorry, Orladar.
it's okay.
My mistake.
If you'd like to go steady, I'm available for you.
Zoria cackles into her caviar.
Urobos will laugh while drinking ale.
Come out of
All
town.
over him.
Pyra's debating whether or not she wants her blood sucked.
I
No, we're
think
not
we
doing
should
this. Is
recharge the orb.
Here, give it to me. I want to try.
Yes, Pyra, yes.
Yes. And I'll do the thing that they explained on my arm right here.
Yeah. Okay.
My
So.
forearm.
Oh.
Okay, so you place the three golden sort of legs, place it to your arm, and you click in the button, and immediately just shink into your arm. The three legs dig in and pierce your skin. You see blood begin to trickle out from them, and then the golden rod disappears from the inside of the orb and shoots into your skin, and it is a searing pain. It you almost feel it poke out the other side. It goes so deep into your arm, and then you just see it begin to bubble up out of your arm and fill the orb.
I grab the different
I hate it.
cores and I make a mixture and I give it to Pyra.
Pyra, go ahead and make a Constitution check, please.
Okay. Constitution. 13.
13.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad. You try to pull it out, actually, because you're just you see it get about halfway, and you're like, can't do it, and you pull it out, and the legs sort of retract, and it's only halfway done, and you see the 4 holes left in your arm. Pyra, go ahead and take 4d12 of damage and mark off 4 of your barbarian hit dice are expended. Because that failed Constitution check.
14. So 14 damage.
14 damage?
Yeah, you said roll 4d12, right?
Yes, 4d12.
Yeah. I rolled 2 3s, 1 1, and a 7.
Damn, you lucked. You lucky fucker. Yeah, go ahead. So go ahead and take that much damage and mark off that you have 4 barbarian hit dice expended.
Cool.
And it is only half full. It is not all the way full yet. So you need to do it again if you want it to actually be able to be usable.
I'm gonna throw back the liqueur that Timber just gave me and then stick it on my other arm.
You're sticking it on the other arm?
Yeah.
All right, you place it, click it, and it shoots in, digs in, searing pain. Go ahead and make a Constitution check with advantage because of the liqueur.
Oh!
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage.
17.
17. You just grit through the pain as it fills up with as it just fills up the rest of the way as you see it just sort of bubbling out of the rod synced into your skin. It hurts like hell. Just a white searing pain in your eyes, and you're just sort of grit through it before it is filled all the way. Go ahead and roll a d8 and lose that hit die as well. Go ahead and d8 of damage to you.
Fucking 7.
All right, so go ahead and lose another 7 hit points and mark off that your d8 from your rogue is expended. So you should only have 3 d12s left for hit dice.
So I marked it off, and then I went away, and for some reason it keeps saying that I still have it.
Where do you mark that at?
When you click short rest.
Yeah, so I clicked short rest, and I clicked them, and then I left because it doesn't have a confirm or anything.
Oh no, you have to click take short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to
Got
click
it.
take short
Alright.
rest. So Pyra, you now have identical scars in each arm, and there's just sort of a light trickle of blood coming from each of the puncture wounds on your arm. And as the orb finishes filling with your blood, the rod, you feel it pull out. You feel you feel it pull your skin a little bit as it retracts from your arm, and then the three legs just go back into the orb, and you're left with the 6 puncture wounds on your arm and a full lead blood grenade.
Hurt. None of the spellcasters should do that ever.
That looked like it hurt. A lot.
None of you ever do that.
Don't worry, I won't.
I'm gonna go find a castle healer.
You
I will
have
be
a
back.
me healer.
Yes, but I want you to save your spells. They don't really need it.
What do I need them for today?
There's a coronation. What if he dies?
Coronation is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. We're
Oh.
gonna sleep. We can use
Okay.
our spells right now.
Heal my arms, Zoria.
Grab right on top.
just
Ow. That hurt really bad.
I will cast. Huh?
Yeah, it hurts for like a second before you see her hands just glow a bright gold, and then you just feel a warm, soothing feeling, and you're like, ah.
I will cast a 2nd level cure wound.
You were just like, I cast 4th level cure wounds.
Definitely.
I take all of Zoria's healing spells, like always.
Here we go. There's another d8.
She is constantly healing the barbarian
Yep.
because she has no self-control.
Pyra, I think you should
13.
hold on to
Almost
your-
spectful.
How what?
13.
Pyra,
13.
Almost nailed it.
Oh, not damage.
Nope.
No, so you should be back up to 70, yeah?
Oh, yeah, but then I spun the wheel.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, now I'm at 70. What was that, Timber?
But yeah, because she took an extra d8
should hold on to the orb.
after,
see, I
because
see.
she had to activate it a second time.
Got your
Since it
blood
has
in
my
it.
blood in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no.
wouldn't want to cross-contaminate with anyone, you know?
Well, I think you should be able to use it whenever you want.
I mean,
Uh.
I guess I could probably throw it the farthest.
Probably.
Urobos has thrown me, so maybe he could throw it the farthest. But I guess
I
I have.
heard throw and I'm intrigued. I haven't
Urobos'
thrown
head
one
pops
in
up.
quite a while. My throwing
I know.
skills,
You threw me last time. It was fun. I haven't been thrown in a while. I'm pretty big. I'll take
Let me
it,
throw you.
Timber.
All right, so
Alright.
so Pyra,
My bag.
you're gonna keep hold of the orb.
Yeah.
Okay, so Orladar, go ahead and remove it from your inventory. Pyra, it is a
Yeah.
lead blood grenade in D&D Beyond.
I removed
Got
it.
it. Added it.
All right. All right, so you all figured that out.
What else do we have to talk about?
Any
I know
more
there's
discussion?
another thing.
I am a little concerned about the coronation tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I spent several hours with DeCall today helping him clean his office, and he said that the Oh, I can't remember her name. The arranged marriage
Balra.
person.
Yep.
They're supposed to be arriving,
Yeah.
and
Tomorrow.
he was not able to talk to them, so they're going to get here, and he's going to have some sort of high intensity conversation, which he was planning on doing alone, and I counseled him that it might be wise to have somebody with him, and he said perhaps he would talk to you, Urobos, and Adrenal, and that perhaps the rest of us could be outside the door in case things went south in a hurry and they needed us. So that's something to be aware of, because I don't think he wants to marry this person, or he hasn't decided. He doesn't know if they were, working with.
Can he even become king if he's not married? Wasn't that part of the whole coronation situation?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I thought it was.
Yeah, but if Valra was working with the, what's their
Bloodborne?
Hear me out.
the dead
Technically-
people.
There is no council, right? There's no people to tell him that he has to get married. His father's not here. His mom's not here. None of the council remain. At this point, he don't have to get married. He can just tell the whole city, hey, it's not happening. You get me and
Guys,
me
keep
only until I
discussing.
find who I
I'm
want to
gonna get
marry. And you could just do that.
I mean, that's fair. Like, who's gonna try and enforce laws on the prince?
Yeah, he's the only one left to run.
Yeah, and especially, like, old-fashioned laws that don't actually have a detriment on society.
Yeah.
The only person that at this point has any say in anything that he does is Adrenal, just because he's the head of law now.
Mhm.
But I doubt that he's gonna care. He seems like a really laid-back guy to me.
Yeah. I do doubt that Valra is involved with the Bloodborne. I'm just getting those vibes. I feel like they kind of set that up just under the guise of being a standard, arranged royal marriage. So I think that's what she's expecting when she gets here. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
I think that we should talk to some of the guards in the dungeon that were part of the regime of the Bloodborne Council to see if it was obvious to them that Prince Jakal was under a trance. Because I wonder if
Valra is also going to be under a trance when she gets here, because I'm wondering.
No, I wonder. Oh, what is her name? I wonder if Iron planned on keeping Valra in the dark about Jakal being under a trance, or if she was going to put the Elf Queen under a trance.
Well, what I'm wondering is if the Elf Princess Valra, if she has a cabinet that was working with Iron, and
that's what I'm worried about.
That's why I want us to be on high alert when they arrive.
Yes. Yes, I'm worried that they selected that queen, that princess, because maybe they enticed her with something. I don't know.
I don't think that any of that is out of the question. I just think that our biggest worry right now is making an entire other country angry.
Yes.
I don't think we need to do anything except wait.
The decision is up to Jakal.
It's true, yeah.
Out of our hands.
I mean, who knows? Maybe she arrives and it's like magically love at first sight or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Listen, humor me. I don't know. I guess.
I think at this point, we've meddled enough in this country's political affairs.
Yeah.
And we really just need to kind of step back. And if they need our help, they'll tell us.
That's
You know?
fair.
Maybe just, like, be vigilant, but, like, no interjecting
Constant
Yes,
type deal.
I completely agree. So then after this coronation, I'm assuming we're all going to head back to visit Urobos' parents and tell them what's going on.
Mhm.
And then, how long are we staying here? Are we leaving to go find help somewhere else? Am I calling calling Captain Sassy Pants?
Well,
I don't
Come
know
get us.
about you guys, but I would like to go back to our home.
yeah.
I miss Liv.
It seems like not many people here. There's not a huge trove of information about the moons in the sky, and I think that's the number one thing we need to worry about. So
Mhm.
it could be time to go home. When does Mr. Fancy Pants with the fancy ship return our direction?
When I call him?
No,
He said like a month. He said like a month, and he said that if we needed him sooner, that I could
Mhm.
send him a message.
all right.
Maybe
well,
since we know we're gonna be wrapping this up,
Yeah.
maybe we should give them a heads up and be like, hey, maybe try start making your way here.
Like,
Mhm.
if it feels natural, you know.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
heading out. We want to be heading out in like a week or two.
Yeah, let's find out from Urobos. You're being real quiet, bud. How long do you want to stay here with your family?
It'll probably take the ship at least a few days to get here,
Mhm.
I imagine.
At
Depending-
least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows where they are.
So,
Well, as much as I love being here, big circle things in the sky still really need to be dealt with. And
What?
I believe we were gonna head towards Timber's fire residence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like maybe stop by Waterdeep, check in with the
Yeah.
Open Lord, see
That-
what's happened there.
I think that would be a
See.
good idea.
They have any more information?
Was
See
it
Liv.
further from Waterdeep, or is it up opposite side of Waterdeep?
I
I
don't know,
think-
man. I just miss Liv.
Waterdeep is
Alright,
between
that's
us and them.
I think that's
Wa-
correct.
yeah.
Waterdeep
yes.
is between us and the
Yeah.
monastery.
Waterdeep
I mean,
is on the way.
We are also on a planet, which is sphere. I'm assuming is Torilla sphere.
Yes,
Okay.
Toril is pretty much exactly like Earth.
Okay.
Whatever,
Or was
I
it flat Earth?
100%
But, you know,
believe it's
just-
flat.
In a different, yeah. Pyro.
Pyro's a flat earther.
What do you?
What?
What?
Flat Toriller.
Pyro just.
Have you
what
ever
do you?
been on the ocean and goes on from fucking ever, my dude? No way it occurs.
Goes on fucking ever, my dude.
Okay, I guess we have
The
to go
way- the way you just
around the
said
other
that.
way because we have to prove to Pyra that Torilla's a sphere.
I just want to see Liv, man. I don't care how we get there. I'm running out of the granola he gave me.
Yeah,
And maybe when we get to Waterdeep, we'll figure out what we need to do next.
I definitely would love to go back for a little while. Not like
Yeah,
a long time.
Zoria has a significant other in Waterdeep, I just remembered.
True
She
story.
probably wants to see. Oh my gosh, we could do another date night. You can get more cappuccinos.
To be
Timber.
fair, how long has it been since we've been gone again?
Over a month. It's been a month and a few days.
A month and a half, I think.
How's
I
the long-
no, I
how's the
know,
long
no,
distance
because you all
How
went
many
through the
weeks
reef,
Were we traversing the freaking ocean?
the ocean. So it would have taken a month and a little bit to get to Alltera if you had gone around the reef.
Mhm.
But you all cut through the reef and cut like a week off.
cut food to weave.
What?
We
What?
got food to weave.
Shut up. I didn't even notice that I messed up. Like, what words did I mess up?
You said weave.
Cut through the reef. You all cut through the reef, which cut off an entire week off of your travel time, and you've been here for 12 days now, or 11 days now. Tomorrow will be 12
Okay,
days.
so a little more.
Sorry, I have a whole record of how many days it took on that fucking boat, and it was 22 days that we were on that goddamn boat.
Yes, so you have been you have been gone for 34 days.
Okay.
So a
33.
month and
So
4 days.
a month and 4 days. So
Mhm.
Speaking of
just
your-
over a month.
Relationship story. How's he doing? How's the long distance going?
You know, it's hard to keep in contact because,
Yeah.
you know, when you can only say 25 words at a time magically, it makes it a little difficult. And, you know, snail mail is extra slow across the ocean. By the way, have I gotten any letters back from my dear sweet boy?
Nope.
They're gonna arrive here when we're already gone, and then they're gonna have to send them back, and then we'll already be gone.
Everybody's gonna be like, what?
Assuming that he's using paper birds, they should come to me, not to the location. But
Wouldn't they not
I thought
make
you
it
meant-
across the ocean?
it's possible.
They could have died.
Yeah.
I still have 2 paper
Just
birds.
a big wave.
Fuck.
You all go back on the ocean and you see like 25 sheets of paper just floating in the water.
Sad.
But yeah, I have written a couple of letters. Nothing back yet. So, yeah, kind of excited to, you know, talk to him in person.
Oh my god, you also have a family.
Yeah, I do.
Just remembered that there's families.
Yes, families.
But there
do
are
exist.
families.
Yeah, I forgot that's the thing. I would love to fight your dad again. So, definitely. on
Stat my
that list.
dad.
I haven't even got the chance. I call dibs.
Fine, okay.
2v1,
Urobos.
he'll take you.
Stat her dad. Stat her dad.
I'm pretty sure.
The amount of times I want to
have
fight
you
him.
statted my dad?
We'll see.
Oh
No.
my god, stab her dad.
Not complete, but there is a character sheet.
Okay. Have you statted my mom?
No, I've not
Oh,
made
I
that
would
character
love
sheet
to
yet.
fight your mom.
Laura, put 'em
Greatly
up.
enjoyed seeing her dad like little 15 and her mom little 20.
Bruh,
Me
she's
and
like, oh, you
Urobos.
crazy kids,
Versus
takes off her
big
shawl
cat.
and just ripped.
I'd be like, oh,
just,
I feel.
just starts
small.
mixing potions and throwing bombs at you. Just.
And that's how
I
my mom
really
blew
do
up my
lady.
friends.
Alchemist.
She's. I mean, I would just. Would I know what to call her class? Like, in character?
I mean, she is an alchemist.
But, like, she-
you know,
would
she is a skilled alchemist.
But would I know, like, her actual class?
I mean, that's difficult when it comes to
'Cause
when
I-
it comes to,
I
to
know
the
her actual
character when
class,
it comes to the
but-
character sheet stuff. You
Yeah.
know, she's an alchemist.
Yeah.
Like,
She's an alchemist. We'll go with that.
Alright, cool.
Their custom class.
she is a
Didn't have to
skilled.
make now a class for her.
No, I will say that it is an actual class.
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
metagamey wise, she is an artificer,
Yes.
alchemist,
It's
Oh,
true.
what?
an artificer
With the
wanna
alchemist
fight
subclass.
with the alchemist subclass.
Mhm.
That's directly where Zoria got her new feat.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Anyway,
But yeah, I would very much like to go back to, you know, everything I know in this world for at least a couple days.
Yeah,
That would
You
be
know,
nice.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to do some more advertising for the tavern. I need to get some more menu items going. That way we're making a lot more money when we're leaving.
Yeah.
And, oh, maybe we can see about, after we get some more money, doing an extension. Do you think we could get a extension on it? Like maybe above, so there's I don't know. maybe like a beer garden,
Oh,
an ale garden.
that
if
could be
you will.
nice. You know, like build out a little
Right?
patio out the front.
Yeah, I know Timber
Yeah.
likes plants, so maybe Timber can decorate.
Yes.
I would love to. I'm sure we can stay in Waterdeep for more than a few days before moving on to
Depending
the east
on-
side.
on what the open lord says, because if
Yeah.
it ends up being urgent, then it'll be like, hey, lift, buy lift,
Mhm.
type deal.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
suppose. Yeah.
Zoria, did you tell anybody else about the shield? The aura
I told
from the shield?
Urobos and Orladar.
And Orladar?
Yeah, I said that.
And
I said
and
very
me.
specifically that
Oh.
hey, that I'm gonna tell Urobos about that aura and also Orladar because I probably should do that.
Okay, well,
And I was standing there.
yeah. So
So you should tell
Orladar
me
was
about it.
off doing his own thing, so we'll say that happens now.
So you should tell me about it.
I mean, I kind of said it as like I'm gonna do this, but yes. So Orladar, there is a magical aura around Urobos' shield. That's all I got. I can't do anything else about that.
You also still have not looked at the sword in the bag of holding.
It's true. I have not.
Well, I've used my identify charge for today, but it does give me an advantage to just look at it, so I could just examine it myself and just see what I get.
So for that's sort of discerning if it's magical, and the vague sort of effects that it has, but not specifically how it works.
Do you have identify as a spell? Because you can cast that as a ritual without using a spell slot.
I don't think so.
Okay. Just if you did.
Okay.
That's an option.
No, I just have
Also, I will say-
from the goggles.
Okay.
Zoria, go ahead and make an insight check.
That could be better, but 17.
17. Wow. Okay.
I rolled a 9 on the die.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Where was I? Anyway, so while that sort of lead blood grenade, the mechanics of it looked a little more niche, and especially the magical aura you were getting from it was necrotic energy, and sort of it was darker and everything. But the shield looks a lot more par for the course. It looks like something probably belonging to the castle. And from the kingdom, along with that short sword that Barry was wielding. Those both look more like elegant pieces of armor that came like from the kingdom rather than something that Iron or Barry made.
Okay.
Made, which is what the lead blood grenade looks like.
Yeah.
Lead blood grenade looks like.
If I were looking at this shield, if I were to like rate it against a standard shield, how good is it looking here?
It doesn't look like it would give any bonus to its protection capabilities other than the metal that it's made out of does look special.
Interesting. That's not what I was expecting at all when you said it was basic.
When I said it was what?
Like something that the castle would issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Not necessarily that the castle would issue, but it looks like a specialty piece of armor
from the
castle or the kingdom itself. Yeah.
Okay. I will also think, there was one other thing that I haven't looked at yet. And reach into my bag and pull out the sword.
Yes, which has a very elegant sheath to it as well.
I want to squint really close at it.
It's very beautiful.
Am I getting magic vibes?
You are not, but Orladar.
Yes.
If you have your goggles on, you do see some faint magical vibes from this short sword.
Can I... That's it? All I can tell is that it's magical.
Yeah, pretty much. With the
Okay.
goggles help. I'll say that much. And yeah, both of these look very, very sort of standard for the kingdom. Like royalty pieces.
We can figure out what these are another time.
Identify is a really cool spell. Wish I could cast it sometime.
I could check it. I can use the goggles again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But also, like, if Adrenal's around, we could ask him if he recognizes them. If they really look like they're standard issue kind of things. He's been in the guard for his, 30 years or something, right?
That doesn't look. Does that look standard issue?
I thought that's what the DM said.
I don't know if that's what
They-
guards
All
carry
magical
around.
items like highly unique.
Yes.
Like, we can't find magic shop items anywhere. Like, that's gotta be special.
Yeah, so it doesn't look standard issue, but it looks like it was a high up royalty item. It looks like it was part of royalty rather than this grenade looks like it was a darker construct. Also based
Oh,
on
okay.
its ability, you know.
Let's ask Jakal then, if it's.
What I'm
a
saying is those
Yeah.
items look like they were royalty from this kingdom, and that looks like something Iron and or Barry made with their magic.
It might have been stolen. You know, it could have belonged to a member of the royal family. And they
No,
kind of just
he's
took
looking
what they
up.
wanted.
Don't mind
Look
me.
at
Don't
this
look at me.
The sword, the short sword.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks.
I certainly think that Barry could have been using that sword for a reason. It's probably not
Yeah.
something just run-of-the-mill sword.
But if it is a royal background, it should probably go back to Jakal. As much as it pains me to say.
That is a
It
solid
is pretty early in the evening if you all want to go find him. It's pretty easy.
I thought
Okay.
he was attending to important things.
He-
No, let's go find Jakal. Let's go bother him.
He is in his office, but it is early in the evening.
He'd do anything
I'm
for
gonna bother
Urobos.
Jakal.
Do you all go bother Jakal?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you go up to his office and knock on the door, you hear him say, "Come in, it's open." And he's sort of like, his hair looks a little bit messy, and he's going through papers and sort of writing stuff down and everything. And he looks up and he's like, "Yes. What can I help you with?"
This short
Hello!
sword. I'm gonna put the short sword in front of him. Do you recognize this?
He sort of this crazed look in his eyes sort of like calms down as he sets some things down and he picks it up off the desk and he says, "Yes, actually, this was a gift from my father to Barry."
Oh, so he didn't steal it? I was just making sure he didn't steal it.
No,
And this shield?
another gift to
Urobos
Seamus.
takes it off.
Yeah, you take it off. He looks at it and he says, "Another gift to Seamus."
Do you know what they do?
Yes, they are both. They both have magical enchantments. That shield. Give me 1 second. It's made of
Gotta think
adamantine.
really
Sorry.
hard.
You've been
Thinking-
asleep for a while. You've
Think,
been
Checking
yes,
his
yes.
mind.
Thinking really hard. That shield
Take
is
your time.
made of a special metal, adamantine, which gives it extra defensive capabilities. Extremely adept at blocking precise incoming attacks, and this short sword has a sort of aura of alertness to its wielder, helps them get the jump on others, as it were.
I see.
Very fascinating. Would you like to keep them, or could we take them off of your hands?
That is one way to ask, but
Timber's like a little bit.
yeah.
drunk.
Keep them. I don't have much gold to offer you for all that you were able to help and accomplish with, and I am sorry for that, but you can see these as your rewards, and a thank you for helping this kingdom so much. So I will say he explained well enough. The shield is an adamantine shield, which how it works. I'll say he's sort of explaining it, lets you all know how it works. It requires attunement. And once per day, as a reaction to being targeted with a critical hit, you can use the shield to cancel the critical, turning it into a normal hit. Alternatively, if you are within 5 feet of another creature that gets targeted with a critical hit, you can choose to use your reaction to cancel that critical against another creature within 5 feet of you as well. And the shield regains this charge. The shield regains this charge daily at dawn, and it gives you a normal +2 bonus to armor class, like any other shield. And the short sword is a short sword of warning. Let me look this up real quick. Short sword of warning. Well, okay, fine. So yes, the short sword of warning also requires attunement. It warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you cannot be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you or your companions within its range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
That's cool.
Yes. So, if one of you would like to go ahead and add those 2 items, it is a short sword of warning and an adamantine shield.
I'll have the adamantine shield.
Yes,
Can
and
you use short
Zoria.
swords here?
Zoria also wields a shield.
I do, it's true.
Who's able to use short swords?
I believe Timber and Orladar, pretty much anyone is able to use a short sword here. But yes, Timber short swords do specifically count as monk weapons as well.
I would like to.
Zoria, do you want the shield?
I mean, you can have it if you want it.
Urobos kind of puts hands on both the swords. I think I'm okay.
I mean, if you insist, Zoria takes it.
Urobos like, yeah, Urobos like. Take it.
Okay, Zoria takes the shield.
All right. Is there any?
Wait, you want the short sword?
Yeah. Unless
Okay.
anyone else wants it. Do you want it?
Timber, a little bit tipsy.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I just bought a new scimitar.
All
Also, I
right.
have this really cool axe from Timor.
Yeah,
Not
that's
fried or
right.
anything.
I've seen it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, except sometimes I can't stop when I'm attacking. I really enjoy the fact that I get a buff, but sometimes I really want to go help Orladar, but he's fallen.
Yeah. Timber's gonna start blubbering, and I'm gonna
No,
go over to
oh
Orladar.
God.
And I'm gonna go, I'm so sorry. I let you die. And then I'm gonna fall on the ground.
Oh no!
Jakal holding papers, just.
I was just gonna walk away.
They
Can't
don't.
handle tears.
They
Um.
don't drink very often.
I see.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay, Timber.
I'm sorry,
You were-
Orladar.
Well,
You're protecting other people. It's okay.
well, I'll see you all at tomorrow's festivities.
Is
Yeah,
there?
we'll go.
Yeah.
Cry somewhere else.
Is there anything in
Alright.
particular that you'd like us to do tomorrow, specifically?
Honestly, if you all
Perimeter watch?
would be up there with me when Urobos crowns me king,
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It would
Of
be my honor,
course.
honestly.
Should we wear something other than like bloodstained clothes?
Oh yes, you can.
That's all I pack.
You can clean yourself up. There's fine daily clothes in each of your rooms.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Your Highness.
I don't know if there's any black clothing. I think they are mostly sort of gold and light blues and pinks and
Zoria's like,
Oh, alright. Walking away.
there might be a dark teal cloak.
see, that would look so nice with your
Might-
skin, though.
Might be the closest to black you could get. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's alright.
Anyway, I
Thank
still
you.
have a ton of work to do, so thank you all
Let
again.
us know. Let us know if you need anything from us.
I will indeed. All right. So, you all break off. Is there anything else you wish to do for the rest of this night, or do you go to sleep for the next day?
I'm going to walk Drunky McGee to their room
Yes.
now.
So yes,
We're gonna go to bed.
Timber, if you go ahead and go into your manage equipment, you can add a short sword of warning, and you can drunkenly attune to it during this long rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to give all of my bloodstained clothes, which is like only 2 pairs of clothes because I have nothing else.
Yep.
To someone who will get the bloodstains out. Like,
there's like a castle servant who's like, all right, I'll do my best.
Thanks. That's years of bloodstains that I've not been able to get out. Go take a bath.
All right. Zoria, if you want to go ahead and add an adamantine shield.
Okay.
To your equipment.
I will. I'll stick my old shield
push-ups
in
and
my-
sit-ups.
All right,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Urobos,
Should we all gather
Urobos
for
begins to work on getting jacked.
I
She
joined the
already
push-ups.
is. Okay, but is there anything else? Are you all just bedding down for the coming day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So if you all go, if you all split apart into your respective rooms and get rest for the next day, you all can take a long rest if you need it. Pyra, go ahead and once you take this long rest, you should get back half of your hit dice. So you should get back your D8 from being a rogue and 3 of your D12. So you should still have 1 D12 from being a barbarian that is expended, that you do not have access to.
Okay. Sounds
In
good.
terms of your hit dice. But your hit points will go back up to max. You all get another lovely, restful night's sleep.
Yay.
And the next day comes to you. As the sun breaks over the horizon and floods all of your rooms with bright light, you all are woken up to royal trumpet horns. Just as you hear people begin to fill the hall, and you hear hustle and bustle out the window, and people begin to start the day. You step out into the castle, and you can see people running around, getting everything prepared. Everybody's like putting on nice clothes as they're running through the hall to get to another place. Going outside, out into the city, you can see a long line of people out the front gates of the city itself. Citizens from all over the kingdom already beginning to file in to help get everything kicked off. The castle gate is now open, and the entire outdoor courtyard and sort of grassy park area around the exterior of the castle is beginning to be filled with people, and everybody's like so happy and joyful, and there's like just talking and chatting, and the booths are getting their like final thing set up as people are beginning to purchase goods from Garrett and Julia at their meets and treats. People are starting to play little carnival games and everything, and sort of like light festivities are happening here early in the morning. You actually see Jakal running from place to place, sort of like looking a little crazed. He's wearing these beautiful royal like gowns and dress robes and everything, and he's like looks just as princely as ever. And just everything is beginning to look and feel like this large festival.
What kind of clothes were in the rooms?
Yeah,
Oh.
did they get the bloodstains out?
Um,
That was gonna be my next question.
they bring it. they bring your
Just saw
clothes
that
back,
happen.
Pyra, and they look like they look mostly clean, but all of the bloodstains, including the ones from the other day, are still just. If anything, they're more of a vibrant red. And they look kind of even worse, and they're like, I really did the best I could. I'm so sorry.
What's wrong with these fucking clothes? I've tried it for years. I'll wear something out of the stupid closet, don't worry.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But yes, you all get dressed. There's sort of different assortments of daily wear, of sort of like over shawls of different colors, of like a light transparent sky blue. There are sort of some dark teal, tight fitting sort of just day clothes Pyra, is the darkest color that you can find is this dark teal.
Is everyone wearing? I'm curious.
I'm hoping that there are some sort of long, like maybe purple or pink dress robes.
You find one that is sort of like a dark magenta.
Oh,
So it's like a dark pink, but
that'll look good on
yeah,
me.
you can find like a long overrobe.
And how is my beard?
Go ahead and roll a D100, Orladar.
Please grow a beard. I've been waiting.
It has been It has been getting like longer and longer throughout the days.
30.
30. It doesn't look like it has sort of filled out any longer, but the whiskers, it hasn't filled out, but the whiskers are getting longer, and they're sort of out to about an inch or so, and they're just long and spindly. So it's like, something's happening, and it's like this transparent purple color. Like if anybody remembers when I got my hair dyed, like that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. This like very thin.
I'm gonna try to like curl them.
They're not that long. They're not that long yet. They're just sort of like poking out. You try like it's not long enough to curl.
Anyway. Doesn't matter.
It's just ding, ding, ding.
Just gonna like.
You accidentally pluck one.
No. I try to put it back.
But you all get yourselves ready for the day.
Yeah. Wait, what's everyone wearing?
What is everyone wearing? Tell me.
Who's next?
I would like to wear something green or earth toned.
They have
like jumpsuit-esque if they have it, or like a robe.
Oh yeah, you can find something akin to a jumpsuit. And yeah, the closest is sort of like that dark teal color that you've seen around. It seems to be the royal color of this kingdom.
I just kind of put things that probably look nice to Urobos. So grays, if he has any, and then probably a little bit of red in there.
Urobos wears this like gray shawl, like loose and flowing.
Yes.
He's wearing this sort of red shirt, all sort of like tightly buttoned up to the collar. This gray shawl over it. There's actually one hell of a look. I'm picturing that. I'm like, oh damn.
Thank you. For a week.
Zoria is going to wear like a floor-length kind of springy light dress that has like like it's not super low cut, but it's like a V-neck, and it's got like 1-inch straps and an empire waist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the super light, floaty, silky kind of pale gold fabric. And she's also going to find a pale, like almost sky blue shawl that also has gold threads running through it, and kind of just drape that over her shoulders. And it's got like a little bit of tassels on it, and it almost looks like it has clouds on it.
Without
Picturing,
even trying,
like-
we're matching, because I already thought about that same color scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoria and Pyre, you step out of the hall and turn and just
One of us is going to have to change.
Zoria. Go ahead and give me a perception check real quick.
It's not good. It's a 9.
9 total?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Oh no! I
Alright.
hate that.
You don't get your paper bird that was
Am I looking
flying
for
out the
a?
window.
Am I looking for a hidden door
No.
or passageway?
No, well, no, you're not, but I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
For a different reason.
Okay.
I have to choose the right die.
I know. This is the closest to the right color scheme for what I'm wearing today. That's so much better. Dirty 20.
Okay, as you are sort of changing into these clothes and gathering your belongings and everything, you find that coin that you got the other day.
Yeah.
And you catch a
That
glimpse
kind
of
of
it.
felt like a dream.
You catch a glimpse, and yeah, you were thinking about that, especially after you woke up the next day. You're like, it's a weird ass dream, and you're gathering all of your things, and you catch this coin, and you see the symbol of Timora, and you flip it over, and the image of you, the clothes have changed to what you are wearing. To what you are wearing now.
Was this showing up
Like a
on my
mirror.
detect magic?
No, it was not.
That's extra weird.
It was not, but you flip the coin over and you see a reflection of yourself. With still wings outstretched and the iridescent, not iridescent, that's the wrong word, but sort of like the streaks of light or energy, what have you, on the coin.
Okay. Zoria will keep this very close to her. How big is this, like, relative to a standard gold piece?
It's about twice the size, about double the size of a standard gold piece. It's like thick and larger.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will. Have you seen, like, okay, so, about to get, like, real costumer, old-timey kind of situation here.
Oh,
You
wow.
know
Art into it.
how, in, like, old-time dresses, they had slits cut into the side and they would wear, like, pockets around their waist so they could reach
Yes.
through their dress into the pockets?
Yeah.
Can Zoria have, like, that kind of setup going on?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, okay, because she wants to keep that coin as close to her person as possible.
Okay. You put that in a special.
Yeah,
pouch.
so
A
she's
utility belt.
she's wearing the pockets, like, attached to her body.
Yeah.
They are not attached to the dress.
Yeah.
So just want to make sure that's clear.
Mm-hmm.
They're on her body.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yes, she has that coin on her person.
All right.
Also, can I roll for my experimental elixir?
Oh yes. So at the end of that day, you wake up and your experimental elixir is just sort of congealed and blackened
Kinda
around the
shake
edges.
it out.
Yeah. And you
Out the
dump it.
window.
There's a drain.
I know.
There's plumbing in this castle.
I know.
You shake it down the drain and you like rinse it out really good and concoct up something else. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. Confusion.
You got a confusion.
A quotient of
A
confusion.
quotient of confusion. All right. Go ahead and mark that you
Okay.
have one quotient of confusion. All right. So you all get ready for the day, and you step outside, and you see just this festival beginning to come to life, and everything is getting ready. At one point, a little later in the morning, after you all go around, get some food, chat with some people, Jakal actually comes to you all. Whoa, where is this? Jakal comes to you all, and he says, hello, friends. I just wanted to let you know that Valra and her family will be arriving here at high noon. I'm going to have a brief meeting with them. If you all would join me, but stay outside of the office space. I would like the meeting to be private as possible. So if you all wouldn't mind to be there, just sort of with me and join me in this day. And he actually looks at you, Urobos, and puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, I really need it.
Got this.
Thank you. But yes, a brief meeting with them before the actual ceremony of my coronation will take place. All right.
Exciting.
Yep, let's go ahead and get to fun. And he goes back and goes back to his office and to do some extra work. But as you all are sort of taking place, and just people keep filing into the city, it just keeps getting packed, and everybody is having a blast. Speaking of, there we go.
Oh, can I have attuned to the shield?
Yes, you can go ahead and do that during that long rest.
Thank you.
But yes, just this large-scale festival is rising. At the point when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, and you actually see Jakal comes around the corner of the castle on a white horse, and he looks to you all. And he says, if you all would just wait here, I'm going to go usher in the guests into the city. All right, I'll be back. And he takes off down the street. And you see sort of everybody push to the side of the street as Jakal steps through the street of the city on this horse. Everybody's just like parting like the Red Sea, making way for their future king.
Should we
Zoria
go
on
with
a
him?
horse.
He just asked you to stay.
Oh, okay,
He just asked you
sorry.
to stay put.
Space that out. Sorry.
So after a minute, you see Jakal round the corner on his horse, leading 3 elven figures in these beautiful white and silver robes, each on a white horse of their own, and the horses that the elves are riding have these like silver iridescent manes down their necks as they all ride up through the street into the courtyard, and Jakal dismounts his horse. They all dismount their horse, and Jakal has like a stable boy take, or a couple of stablemen take the horses back to keep them safe. And Jakal just says, "Now, if you all will follow me, this is my company. They will be joining us, but they will wait outside the office so our conversation can be private." And he leads you all back up to his office. He ushers the 3 elves into the office, and he sort of closed the door behind them, and his eyes look wide, and he's like kind of shaking, and he looks at you, Urobos, and he says, "Urobos, my hands, they're sweating. I am freaking out. Urobos, slap me.
Oh.
You got this.
Urobos, slap me."
Zoria.
I ask Jakal, is it alright if I cast something on you?
Please do, I need help.
I cast Calm Emotions on him.
Do you still want me to slap you? I mean, Urobos, but me? Can I slap?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe if I get real rowdy.
Fair.
Thank you
You're welcome.
so much. That's a nice spell.
It is. It's a
All
good
right.
spell.
You all just wait out here. I'm gonna go have the most terrifying talk of my life. And he steps inside the office and closes the door behind him.
Pyra instantly puts her ear against the door.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, so what does it mean that I am, because I am not proficient, but
No. So
have-
you have expertise, so that doubles your proficiency bonus. So just add the number that it says next to it. It already does that for you.
okay.
It just if
Just
you show the number is a lot bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
10.
10. Voices are kind of muffled, but as you hear this conversation taking place, you hear Jakal's voice sort of, and you can make out the fact that he is explaining the circumstances. He's like, "So you have been talking to an evil, corrupt person who murdered my parents and tried to take over the kingdom and took control of my body through some weird ass blood magic and stuff like that." And you can tell that he's sort of explaining the situation.
Orladar, stop breathing so loud. I can't hear.
You do not make out any of the specific words, but you do begin to hear these softer voices, and they all sound calm, relatively graceful. And there's just sort of some back and forth conversation between them, and sort of the energy you're feeling is just very calm and very understanding. You do hear some like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I cannot believe that. Like that's horrible. Yada yada yada." And
They're sorry that happened.
Can I make
and,
insight
doing
checks
everything
through the
weird.
door?
First, make a perception check.
Okay.
Timber, could use your super ear on the door.
I would also like to listen.
Only the door is getting crowded now. Only these two can make the
All
checks.
like piling on
Yeah.
top of each other. 19.
I'll move away.
19.
19? All right, I'll say you're able to sort of pick up a couple more of the distinct words. Go ahead and make an insight check. Insight check with disadvantage, because you're just listening to the voices, obviously. You have nothing else to go off of. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Timber, you accidentally like hit the door with your elbow.
No, I don't.
Natural 1, but that turns into a 9.
A 9. You're like, I think they're being pretty sincere.
I think.
I think they're good.
Yeah. Maybe.
So this goes on for about 15-20 minutes of conversation back and forth between them before you hear them start stepping towards the door. And
be all, like,
yeah, you all like
scattered.
scramble as the door opens, and Jakal is standing
Look
there
at
with the 3 elves standing behind him. And he looks to you all. Anyway,
Everything okay?
everything is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Urobos, could you follow me? And if the rest of you could go retrieve Adrenal and tell him to find us up at the peak of the castle, and then wait on the stage in your seats, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Your Highness.
All right, so you 4 go skittering off down the castle. Urobos, you follow along by Jakal's side with the 3 elves behind you. Jakal goes up. Jakal leads you up into the peak of the castle where you were before the other day, with this large table, large open air room. The sort of the elves are like in awe at this, and they're like, "Wow, this is beautiful." And there's some kind words back and forth. Eventually, Adrenal makes his way up to the room to join you 3. But as you all make it up into the peak room, Urobos, you see Jakal sort of press on the enchanted buttons, as it were, like he did the other day, and you see all of the name tags glow alight. You 4 find your way to this large raised platform, like stage, in front of the front door, and just the entire courtyard is packed with citizens and pedestrians and everything. And you just see just a sea of people down the street. As you all stand up there, and there's just a line of chairs waiting there on the stage. You all take your seat. Before a moment, you hear Jakal's voice begin to boom over your heads, much like you noticed the other day when he did this for the first time. And you hear him say, "Thank you, people of Alltera. Those of you who made the journey here to help celebrate my coronation today, along with those of you who had to stay home and celebrate from there. Today is a bittersweet one. While I am finally able to become the king of this great land, it does remind me ever stronger of the circumstances around it. The loss of my parents, the betrayal of my former advisors. You all have the privilege to know, the right to know, that this marriage between myself and Valra of Utharin was yet another con by the previous cabinet. As such, these great people will be my guests here for the next few months as we try to work out an agreement and learn if this marriage will indeed be the most beneficial course of action for the 2 of our peoples. While I have not yet had the chance to make allies of my own and form my own cabinet, I will also have to spend the coming days putting one together, and that will be announced in the near future. However, as there are no longer any more holders of power here in the castle, we must break tradition. I will still be crowned king this day, thanks to an old friend that saved my life and restored the safety to this land. Urobos Fiddle." You hear the name echo out. "Come, let us get the ceremony out of the way and spend the rest of this day with laughter, friends, and fun." As you, Urobos, you see the names sort of shrink down, and he looks at you with a grin and everything. He gives you a nod. He leads you down into another room of the castle with this small vault. And he opens the vault, and you see the glorious jeweled golden crown sitting atop a teal velvet pillow. And he pulls it out. And he sort of takes a deep breath. And he hands it off to you, Urobos. He holds it out.
Take it.
You take it, your hands start to shake as this is the most valuable thing you've ever held. And Jakal looks at you and he says, all right, Adrenal will read the scroll, the decree that I will be crowned king. I will take a knee at your feet, and Urobos, you will place the crown atop my head and tell me to arise. You got it?
Yes. Urobos is very,
Yeah.
Still.
Yep, Urobos, you feel the sweat begin to drip from your palms. He looks you in the eyes and just says, let's do this, friend.
Together.
You all head back down, and you all sitting on the stage facing the sea of people, you're like whispering to each other, and you just hear a roar of applause and cheers as you turn around and you see Jakal walking down the main stairs into the entrance foyer with flanked on either side by Urobos holding this brilliantly bright golden crown and Adrenal standing at his other side holding a scroll in his hand with the 3 elven figures following behind them.
Zoria stands up and like nudges everyone else to
You all stand.
Ira also stands.
Yep. You all stand up. They make their way down to the stage. The elves take the rest of the seats that are by your side. Urobos finding his seat, holding the crown. Jakal sort of looks at you, stands like next to you all, and looks at you all down the line, gives you a nod, gestures to your seat, and he steps in front of you and stands up straight, facing this sea of people. Adrenal stands up. Adrenal steps up to his side and unrolls this scroll as he begins to read. Alltera, son of Alltera, on this day you are crowned the 5th king of Alltera and this land's ruler and protector. Kneel. Jakal gets down onto both of his knees, still facing forward. Adrenal sort of ushers you up, Urobos. He's like,
I get up and I go.
all right, you stand and you step up to the other side of Jakal. Adrenal holds out his hands for you to set the pillow on.
Cool.
You set the pillow on Adrenal's hands, and you go to reach either side of the crown. Your hands starting to shake. You feel the clamminess of your palms.
Okay. Okay. Grabs it.
Grab the crown. You step in front of Jakal.
I'm just gonna mouth to him. You're gonna make a great king. Say.
You see him nod, and a small tear begin to roll down his cheek.
Put it on his head like it's perfectly centered as I can get it.
Mm-hmm. You place down the crown and take a step to the side.
Rise.
As you say that, the crowd erupts into a roar of cheers and applause as Jakal stands up, and there's just this moment of just absolute shock at the feel of the reverberations through the air as everybody is just cheering their hearts out. Jakal sort of holds up his hands and he says, "Now let us get to the festivities!" And everybody sort of breaks off and there's food and games. Shield of the Coast, how do you all want to spend this festival? This
Let's go get drunk.
Eating,
This is a
drinking,
day.
and being merry.
Yeah.
So-
didn't you say that your family usually attends these? Should we look for your family?
I genuinely don't know if they came.
I'm gonna go run
Max is
anyway
getting
and look
pretty
for
old,
them.
but I will.
Would you
I will
like me
definitely
to
look for
ask them, Urobos? Do you want me to call them?
Actually, yeah, can you?
What do you want
Yeah,
to
can you
say?
call my mom
Oh,
for
yeah,
me?
I forget you have magic abilities sometimes.
I have the magic.
Also, as you all are going around, there are not only food and drink booths, but there are like a bunch of carnival games and different games of chance, and there are actually a couple of gambling card game tables
Miracle's there.
that are sort of like for the older adults and everything, and a couple of more kiddie games with like little prizes with like stuffed animals and toy weapons and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So
Okay,
Orladar, you're
Urobos.
messaging.
Yes, I'm gonna message Sam.
All right.
Yeah. What would you like me to say, Urobos?
Are you guys here? Are you okay? Have you guys eaten? Have you guys taken your
Okay.
daily water?
Somebody help me count, because I'm tired, and I am bad at math.
Just
Hi,
let
Sam.
them know if they came to the festivities and if they're okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start over. Hi, Sam. This is Orladar.
Cast a new spell.
We are at the Capitol. All safe. With Jakal. Are you here? Are you at home? Are you safe? Respond.
You hear a very confused voice, and but she responds nonetheless, and says, "Orladar, oh, thank you so much for checking in. We can't really make the trip to the capital for the festivities, but I'm so happy you all are safe. You kids have fun and come back, and we'll see you soon. Tell my baby I love him."
Aw.
Urobos, they're not
Yes,
here.
yes.
They're at home, but they're okay. And Sam said she's really happy that we're here and safe, and that we should all have a good time, and that she'll see us when we get back. And then she said, "And tell my baby I love him." And then I'm gonna
Thanks for
grab,
that one.
I'm gonna grab Urobos and give him a big ol' hug.
Why did you guys make the same noise like that?
That was the same.
That was the
Same
same
exact
exact sound.
Yeah.
Same exact, like, pitch.
Yeah.
All right. So there
I
is
can't-
just a world of festivities. If you all would like to check out the carnival games, there are two in particular that catch your attention, and then two sort of they're these sort of tents that have signs 18 and up, 18 and older, and there are these two tents that if you poke your heads in have these like big round tables, and people are playing card games at.
Well, I know
So
our fire's going. Is there a
there-
dice game going?
That's
So-
what I was gonna ask.
looking in, there are no dice games. They are only card games. But they look fairly different in the way they're played. There are also a couple of kiddier carnival games. One of them being like the hammer game, where you try to ring the bell. And there's also this booth set up with balloons up against a wall, and kids are throwing darts trying to pop as many balloons as they can with one dart. So, Shield of the Coast, what do you all do in this fun festival? You all get like to-go tankards and drinks. Jakal is running around going into the festivities, getting food, chatting with people, still wearing the crown and these royal robes. Oh, that's some bad
We
echo.
just got some echo. Talk again.
From who?
Hello?
Never
okay,
mind.
okay,
It's gone.
good. It's
Okay.
gone. That was only for a second, but yeah, where do you all want to go? What do you all want to
18 and
try?
up.
Okay, so there are two tents. There's one with the name Fool's Gambit, which is the rules are the game Gambit of Ord from Vox Machina, but Ord does not exist on this plane, so I changed the name because the game is really cool. And there's one called Koboker.
Koboker. Is that kobold
I go to the first one.
Is Kobold Poker, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so Pyra, you want to go to the Fool's Gambit?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Zoria, where like what are y'all doing? Y'all
Zoria,
can go wherever.
Zoria wants to go to the big hammer game.
Okay.
Urobos also wants to go big hammer game.
Okay, Timber, Orladar, where do you all want to go? What do y'all want to do?
Watch the gambling.
Do you follow
I
Pyra?
want to stop by meats and treats at least.
Yeah, easy enough. Y'all like Garrett and Julia are like, oh, so good to see you guys. Oh, here on the house, and they give you some little sweet like brownies, just like little brownie bites and everything.
Zoria slips them a few silver, like literally under the table.
Yeah.
So they can't say no.
Yeah. But yeah, it's easy enough. Y'all go say hi.
I
Garrett,
want to buy like 20 pieces of jerky.
Easy enough. Go ahead and mark off 10 gold.
Yeah.
Garrett and Julia, do you have a treat, like maybe something that's maple flavored with some meats on it, like some?
Oh yeah, you mean like a bacon donut? Here you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, it's y'all can find pretty much whatever you want here. So Timber, are you you're following Pyra into the Fool's Gambit tent?
Sure, yeah.
Orladar, where are you going?
Is there like a beer garden or a whiskey booth?
I mean, yeah, they're like that's easy enough to get. Listen, I prepared mini games for y'all. You better fucking play them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go play some Kaboker.
Dear God.
Did I say it right? Kaboker?
Koboker. Put the emphasis on the ko.
Koboker. I'm gonna go play some
Koboker.
Koboker.
Okay,
Whiskey
so
and my maple bacon donut.
So Pyra and Urobos, you run up to this big hammer game where there's like a little line of kids. Zoria, sorry.
I do that.
It's one silver piece. It's 1 silver piece to play the game.
Sold. Done.
All right. Zoria, go ahead and mark off a silver, and give me a strength check with disadvantage.
Just really quickly.
Yeah.
Disadvantage, eh?
So Zoria's gonna walk up there, like acting like, sheepish little teenage girl, just wants to play the game. She's all frail and weak. She's got her shawl over her arms so they can't see that she actually has a little bit of muscle happening.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna go up, pay her silver, give her the hammer, and she'll be like, oh, thank you. And then this is so dumb, she's gonna sprout her wings and fly up as far as she can, and then missile down with the hammer onto the platform.
I'll go ahead and make a normal strength check and double your strength bonus.
Yes. Okay.
Is cheating and
Yeah. Urobos, you just watch this, and the guy running the booth is just like,
oh no! It's so bad.
That one.
Not quite.
That's funny.
No. So I got a 6 total.
A 6 total. Zoria,
Oh,
you
God.
fly down and slam next to the bell. You sort of break the cobblestone underneath and smash it, and the head of the hammer just goes and flies off. You actually hurt your knees a little bit. Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
As you hurt your knees a little bit,
Oh,
and you're
no.
just like,
Zoria has never been this embarrassed in her entire life. This was supposed to be cool.
yeah, and the guy running the thing is like,
I am so sorry.
you owe me 5 gold for the hammer.
I definitely do. Zoria pulls out 5 gold. And
He's
is
just
apologizing nonstop. Do I have?
As you shoot up into the sky, though, there's a line of 10 kids behind Urobos who want to play, and they're like, "Whoa, yeah, it's so cool!" Kids are just freaking out.
I turn Warhammer? You know, that one that it doesn't really do anything special?
No, I'm not. Urobos takes off the Warhammer and
You don't have to. You don't have to. But like, that's literally the only thing I can think of right now.
I mean, Sheamus isn't putting to work. Might as well these kids do a better job than he will.
That's fair. Zoria like steps to the side.
The guy grabs it and is like, "Think a kid will be able to lift this?"
I mean, you're already cheating them anyways. Is there really
No, you're fair. He sticks it next to the thing. Yeah, you could also feel that the hammer was like super off balance and really hard to actually. It was actually like way lighter on the head, and like the handle was super heavy, so you couldn't actually hit the bell. You could actually hit the lever hard enough to make it go up. Yeah. Everything. So you just like snapped the head. Huh?
Urobos wants to try with the Warhammer.
You want to try with the Warhammer? Urobos, go ahead and make a strength check. Just a straight strength check.
Do.
Also mark off a silver piece to play the game. A 21. Urobos, you just you slam it down with all of your might, and it goes almost up to the top and doesn't hit the bell, and it just goes.
I feel so cheated.
Close.
Yep, all of the kids are like, "Whoa, you go, mister, yeah!"
Shoot. Never mind.
All right, well, during that, we'll go ahead and cut over to the Fool's Gambit.
Oh.
Zoria, as you step in, there's
Who?
this fucking
My name's
Pyra.
Pyra.
Whoa, I don't understand why I do that. Their names aren't even similar. At least Orladar and Urobos' names are kind of similar, the way they start. Pyra and Zoria, not similar at all.
No.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's very
It's the
interesting.
same
I am
height,
so
it's the
sorry. Anyway, Pyra, you step into the Fool's Gambit tent, and there is a table with five other people around it, and a dealer starting to deal out cards. And he looks up and he says, "You want to buy in?"
Yes.
All right.
Yes, please.
10 gold piece buy-in.
Oh. I mean, that's nothing.
All right, go ahead and mark off 10 gold piece. So, as you are dealt your first card, Pyra, go ahead and roll a d8. Keep it secret.
5.
Keep it secret.
Oh, let me roll again because I just said it.
Okay. Yes, keep the secret and keep it put aside.
Okay, keep it put aside. Okay.
Okay. So then everyone goes around, and there is a round of bets. Everyone can either raise, call, or fold. The first guy puts in 5 gold pieces. The second guy folds. The third guy folds. The fourth guy calls, and the fifth guy calls. So they both just put in another 5, and it is your turn, Pyra. Do you call the 5 gold bet, or do you fold?
I call.
You call? All right. So you go ahead and throw in another 5 gold. So that is, 10, 20, 30. All right. You are dealt another card. Go ahead and roll a d6. Again, keep it secret. Okay, so there's another round. The second guy raises 10 gold. The first guy raises 10 gold. The second guy folds, and the third guy calls the 10.
I also call.
You call the 10? Alright, the pot is up to 105 gold pieces. With only 2 players left in addition to yourself. Alright, you get dealt another card. Roll a d4. Roll a d4 and keep it secret. Oh no.
I love this game so much.
Okay, and that was the last round of bets. So you don't get to there's not another round of bets after this. You reveal the total. So you add all of them up and you reveal the total.
Okay.
All right. What did you get, Pyra?
15.
15. One of the guys got a 14, but the first guy got an 18, a perfect score.
I rolled a 7, a 5, and a 4.
He rolled an 8, a 6, and a 4. He got max. He got max. So Timber, you watch this. You watch this game. You watch this first game take place. So Pyra, you just lost all that gold.
Dang.
I go again.
I was intrigued, but now I don't know about this.
All right. We'll go ahead and cut over to the Koboker tent. Orladar. You step in, and there is a table of only 4 other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there, 2 humans and 2 dwarves, and the dealer is getting ready to deal out cards. He looks up to you. You want to buy in?
I do.
10 gold piece buy in.
Okay.
All right. So I said 4 other guys. So 10. Okay. Okay. So Orladar, go ahead. So Orladar, you're gonna get dealt 3 cards. So you're gonna roll 3d6, and you are trying to get the best hand. And here's the order. Here's the order of hands from best to worst. There's 3 of a kind. A high straight, which is 4, 5, 6, a low straight, which is 1, 2, 3, all evens, all odds, 2 of a kind, and then the high card, if none of those are met.
Okay. 3 d6s.
Yes. So you roll 3d6,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is a round of bets. If you raise the bet, you can re-roll one of your d6s. Okay, so I want... Ooh. Okay, so there is a round of bets. All right, the first guy will raise 5 gold pieces. The second guy will raise a 10 on top of that. So pot is up to 65. The third guy will fold. And then the fourth guy will call the 10 gold piece bet. So, or the 10 gold piece raise. So Orladar, it is up to you, and you have to raise, or you have to throw in 15 more gold to stay in.
Okay. I will.
Do you call the bet?
Yep.
Do you want to raise at all?
No.
Okay, so you call the bet. Wait, why can't I write an 8? Dear God.
Should I be removing the gold that I'm betting?
Yes, you should. Yes, you should be removing the gold you bet. So you have bet 25 gold now.
Yeah, I've already removed it. I just wanted to make sure that I was doing that right.
Yes. Okay, and then the last guy will call the extra 10 that he didn't raise. So he's gonna stay in. Okay, so everybody who raised a bet can now re-roll one of their d6s. So you can re-roll one of your d6s to try and get a better hand. Uh-oh. Why am I so good at this? Okay. So Orladar, and then that is the last round. There's only one round of betting for this game.
Okay.
Orladar, what did you get?
3 2s.
You got 3 of a kind?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the highest hand. You tied with one of the players. One of the players got 3 1s.
Does that mean we split the pot?
Yes, so you split 80% of the pot. So 80% of 100. Hey, this was a 100 gold piece pot. That's perfect. So you each get 40 gold pieces.
Awesome.
Right? 80% of 100 is 80. Yeah. So yeah, so you each will. So you go ahead and gain 40 gold pieces.
Cool.
All right. Urobos and Zoria.
Yes.
What else do you two want to do while these two are playing their gambling card games?
I want to go over to the darts.
Yeah.
Because I've obviously done all I can do at the hammer game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ghost isn't happy with the hammer game. Not happy with the hammer game.
You're never supposed to be happy with the hammer game.
The hammer game is there solely to break your spirit.
It's true.
It's gone. My spirit is gone. I'm up for darts.
All right, so you two follow each other over to the dart throwing balloon pop. It is okay. So it's 5 copper per dart that you want to purchase, and you can have a maximum of 4 tries.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only buy up to 4 darts, and the goal is to pop 30 balloons to win a prize. So essentially you will make a dexterity check, and then half the number you roll, and then you have the number you roll to see how many balloons you popped.
So
with,
you have
with one.
Okay, so you have to pop a bunch of balloons
Yes.
with one dart. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So that's the goal. You see a couple of kids, they like throw it right on the edge of the balloon, and the balloon like pops, and then the because of the pop, it like pops 4 other balloons in like an arc, and it's like pop, and it's like pop, 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 pop. So yeah, so you get 4 darts, you make a dex check, and then you have the number you roll to see how many balloons you pop, and you have to pop 30 balloons within 4 tries, or however much you want to purchase.
Zoria is buying 4 darts.
Okay, so let's go ahead and 2 silver. Urobos, do you want to buy any darts?
I'm gonna buy 4 darts.
Okay, so go ahead and mark off 2 silver. You both sort of lock eyes, and you're like, race.
Well, actually, I would like us to go separately. Never mind. We can go at the same time. Never mind. Zoria has changed her mind.
Okay.
Zoria's gonna cast guidance on herself.
Urobos. Okay. All right, so I want both of you make a dex check.
Okay, you heard me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a dex check with a +4.
Gosh.
Dex plus what?
My dice.
No, you don't add anything. You just make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Urobos. No, Zoria is being a little tricksy and casting a guidance cantrip on herself.
I made 1.
Okay, so Urobos, what did you get?
18.
You got an 18. Okay, so half of that would take it down to a 9. Yeah. So you pop 9 balloons. So go ahead and make note of that. So you have 30 balloons in front of you, and you pop 9 of them with your first dart. As there's just this cacophony of pop, 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 pop.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
20. All right, so you pop 10. So you only have 20 balloons left.
That's just not fair.
I don't know what you're talking
All
about.
right.
This is perfectly fair.
All right, you both keep track of how many balloons you have.
Okay.
So you start with 30. You roll the dex check, and you half the number. So Zoria, you're down to 20. Urobos, you should be down to 21.
Okay.
All right, throw that second dart. I really like this. I came up with this little mini game, and I like it.
That bounced a lot, and I think
What?
it might be cocked.
That doesn't look cocked.
It was propped up against my phone for a second, and then it like settled.
I think that counts as it settling.
Okay. It was just like a slow descent. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like, because
Okay.
it was sliding against the edge of my phone. I'll take it though. It's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine. I'm fine with this.
Urobos.
Heck.
What did you get?
2.
A 2? So you.
No, I rolled a 4, so pop 2.
Oh, okay. So Urobos, go ahead and mark that off. You only pop 2 balloons. Go down to 19.
7.
7. Only pop 3 balloons. So a really strong first start. There's just like pop, 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 pop. You get rid of a third of your board, and then you throw your next one is just. Pop, pop, pop. All right, third dart. I like that you two are doing this as a little bit of a contest.
Oh, that's so bad.
No. Urobos. 4 balloons or 4 rolled? Oh.
2 nat ones in a row.
Oh no, Urobos, you throw and you only get like pop 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 pop. You get 2 balloons.
12.
12. All right, so you get 6 more balloons.
This is cheating. I'm not happy.
This is possible, but not likely.
Wait, okay, so how many balloons do each of you have left?
11. So I could, in theory, do this.
Yep, you have to get higher than a 20.
Yes.
Or you have to get 22.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get a 22.
Which is a possibility.
Urobos, how many balloons do you have left?
I popped a total of 13, so 17.
Okay, so oh no.
And mine's impossible.
Yeah. All right, but go ahead and throw that last dart.
D&D Beyond, what do you do to me? 15, so that would be
7.
It's not gonna.
So you pop 7 balloons.
not fair. I rolled
only
2
a
nat
15.
ones.
15. You also only pop 7. Only pop 7 more. So Zoria's so in terms of the competition between the two of you, Zoria just barely won out, but neither of you get the prize from the booth.
She cheated, and
the guy is just like, tough luck, kids.
Zoria stares at the 4 balloons left.
Yep. Sacred flame.
Zoria just kind of
Can we play again?
tolls the dead on them, just like, oh, they're gone.
She's this necrotic energy, just.
She doesn't do
that. The carney says, you can play for as long as you want to buy the darts.
I'm buying the darts.
Yeah, I'm buying the darts.
You both are playing again. Okay, so
I'm casting guidance on myself again.
As we cut back to the card games, Pyra, Orladar, Timber, what do you 3 want to play?
I'm playing again.
Yeah, is that the only game in this tent?
Yeah, no. So it's 1 tent for each of these games,
Okay.
and there's
as well.
only these two tents for the adult gamblers. Oh shoot! I forgot to tell you guys this part of minigame rules. The ones gambling. If you want, you can try to make a sleight of hand check to re-roll a die, or you can try and make a deception check to try and force another player to fold.
Oh.
So, just so you 3 are aware.
How would you feel about intimidation?
No, it has to be deception because you have to make them think that your hand is better. It's not like strong arming them. Orladar, where are you going?
I'd like to play one more round of Koboker.
Y'all really don't want to just
Koboker?
play together and play against each other?
Sure.
To make my life easier?
Orladar, come play with us, because I want to play Koboker
I'll
as
go
well.
play with them. But then we're winning against each other. Then we're just switching
Yeah, then
our
we're
money.
taking each other's money.
Yeah.
But then we're taking each other's money.
Well, but you're still getting money
Yeah,
from the
that is
other
nice.
players.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's all play. Let's go.
D8.
Okay, so
This game's
Orladar,
just more confusing. So. How do I play
you think
this
Fool's
game?
Gambit is more confusing than Koboker?
Yes.
Really?
Whoa. From what I heard.
Well, because Fool's Gambit is you just add up the dice
Yeah.
to the highest roll.
Jack. Blackjack.
Adding.
21. Sorta.
All right.
Blackjack is so a big thing.
Adding. I don't like to add.
All right, so you 3 are playing a game of Fool's Gambit then?
Sure. What dice is that?
Okay, so first of all of you go ahead and mark off 10 gold pieces. There's a 10 gold piece buy-in, and there are 2 other players. So the beginning
So
pot
the
will be
pot's
50.
worth 40.
Hold up.
Oh, 50.
No, there are 2 other players in addition to you 3.
Got it. Oh, whoops! You said take away.
What is this game? Fool's
This is
Gambit.
Fool's Gambit. So there's
2.
player guy 1, guy 2. Okay. Okay, so as you all are dealt a card, I need you all to roll me a d8 and keep it secret.
Secret.
Okay.
I want a different d8. All right. Okay. There is then a round around the table of betting. You can either raise, call, or fold. Pyra, let's start with you.
I'm gonna raise 10.
Gonna raise 10. Okay.
Yes, I am.
The first round. Orladar.
I'll see that 10 and raise 5.
Oh shit. Okay. So 75 now. Timber.
Call.
You'll call. Okay. So go ahead and mark off another 15. Yeah. Be marking off this gold, taking the gold away as you bet. So Timber's calling the 15. So that goes up to 90 gold piece. These guys. So the first. Also, Mom, you heard the rule about sleight of hand and deception, right? Yeah. Okay, so the first guy's gonna call the 15. Oh no, it's just 105. Whoops. And then the second guy is sort of looking around, he's thinking real hard. Are any of you trying to bluff him out?
No.
No?
No, not on my first hand.
He's gonna call, so it's up to 120 now. Okay, now everybody roll a d6, still keeping it secret and setting it aside. All right, Pyra. This is the last round of betting.
I raised 5.
You raise 5.
Yep.
Orladar.
Yeah. See that 5.
You call it? Okay.
Yeah.
Timber.
Fold.
Ooh, Timber's out. Okay, this first guy is gonna see the 5 and raise it 20.
Oh.
Am I able to insight check these motherfuckers at all?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight is shit. I don't know why I decided to do shit.
Oh no.
Oh, it was a natural 20 plus 0, so 20.
Natural 20, Pyra, you're staring and he just locks eyes with you. And there's just no waver. He seems rock solid. The next guy folds I fold oh, what was it? Oh, I can't remember what Joey said in the poker episode of Friends. Damn. Anyway, so he folds. This is back around to Pyra. So Pyra, you only raised 5, right? And then Orladar, did you raise it?
No, I just called it.
You called the 5. Okay, so now you have to call 20 gold if you want to stay in. This guy threw in 25.
Is this before I roll my d4?
Yes. Yes, you have to call.
I call.
You call. All right, up to
call.
175 now. Yeah, so you already added in the 5. Orladar, back to you.
I also call.
You call.
Yeah. Fucking Yeah, I do.
All right, roll your d4s for your last card.
I'm gonna be so mad.
All right, the pot is at 195 gold pieces. Pyra, what did you get?
Oh, I didn't add. Give me 1 second. I got 17.
17.
17, I swear to God, if you tell me he got
Alright.
a full
Orladar.
18 again.
Orladar.
17.
What?
17.
Wait, you got a 17 too?
Yes.
This guy only got a 15. He like throws down a hat and he's like, "Argh!" He gets up and storms out of the tent. Okay, so what is 80% of 195? How do you find percentages? I don't.
0.8 times 195.
0.8 times 1.
0.08.
Where were you
Wait,
doing
80.
my
Point
math?
No,
on?
no, it's 80.
0.8.
Wait,
Wow.
what?
I do math
0.8
like
times
this all the time at work.
195?
I'm so tired.
Yeah, okay, so that's 156
Oh my gosh, it's midnight.
divided by 2. We started. Oh, fuck. 156 divided by 2. You each get 78 gold pieces.
Solid.
Nice.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's more than I had when I started.
All right. So, if we cut back to Zoria and Urobos, you two wanted to play the dart game again?
Yes.
Okay, and you both marked off 2 silver for 4 darts each?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make your first dex check. I want to let you guys play a little bit of these fun mini games.
I am, of course, casting guidance
okay.
on myself again.
I want to let you guys play a couple of these fun mini games for a little bit, but there's one thing we have to get to before we can end tonight.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's
Six.
midnight, so.
You got a 6?
Oh, well, 6 pops. I rolled 12.
Okay, cool. So pop 6 balloons.
I get another dirty 20.
Zoria just starting off strong with this first dart.
That's
Popping.
what I did last time, too, and I
Popping
still
10
didn't make
balloons.
it.
Yeah. All right. Second dart.
Right.
Is that a natural 1?
That is indeed a natural one.
Oh, from both of you?
Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, let's roll the d4 at least. See if we can get something out of this. I popped 2.
Just the strong first dart, and then there's just like 2 of the outliers, and you're like, ah, shit, I gotta get these. Gah. You're able to get both of them with 1. Urobos, how many do you pop?
2.
All right, you both are keeping pace with the second one. All right, this is your third dart now.
Yes. Better not roll another natural 1. The statistics are on my side here.
Oh, gotta
Let's
reroll.
try that again. Well, it wasn't
Oh,
another
no.
natural 1. I don't think it's possible for me to make it back now. Six.
6 balloons.
Yes.
Okay. Urobos.
I rolled a 17, so it'd be 8.
Yeah, 8 balloons.
It is technically possible for me
I don't
to
think
make
there's a way for me to possibly win this.
Dang, Urobos, you have +3 to your dex.
Yeah, no.
Dang, rolling poor.
It is technically possible for me to still get this.
Oh, so is that why you're blowing on your die?
Yes.
It is technically possible.
I'm trusting you.
Urobos, is that your last roll?
No.
Yeah.
No.
12. Or you only pop 6 more. Oh no, you have such strong beginning rolls. Only 5 balloons.
Yeah.
The guy just
Pretty
like,
funny checking the game log.
yeah. Better luck next time, kids. Want to try again?
Throw my sword.
Yeah. Zoria looks at Urobos. One more.
One more.
Okay.
All right.
One. Just the one.
Just
All
one.
right. So 2 silver from the both of you. Go ahead and 4 more dex checks.
Guidance.
Let's do this.
I think
You see at this point this giant, fluffy, stuffed unicorn.
I really want the unicorn.
Oh, that's not great, but
12. So starting off with 6.
maybe if we
From
start
Urobos?
off slow, we'll build up better. Also got a 12. So,
All right, you both neck and neck, just like popped exactly the same amount of balloons.
I do my second roll. Oh, God does exist.
God doesn't exist.
Says the cleric. Timora, I heard that.
Naden. Oh my god, that's another 12.
Okay, so
I'm at 16. Things are looking up.
Urobos only has 16 balloons left as he rolled a 20. Popped 10 balloons. Big roll. All right, so this is the last roll.
left.
Is this the last roll, or do you have 2 more?
No, 2 more.
Holy shit!
Oh shoot! Urobos getting some big pops. Urobos, you pop 11 balloons.
Zoria's getting upset.
Urobos, how many balloons are you at?
I believe with a 10, a 11, and a 6, that'll be a 27, so 3 balloons left. So just a 6. I just need to roll a 6.
3 balloons, you just need to roll above, which means you just need to roll higher than a 3 on the die. Zoria, how many balloons are you at?
Sorry, I just wanted to look at something really quick. I am now at 15, which I don't believe is
15?
possible for me.
Zoria, you just throw your last dart out of anger. Urobos has 3.
wait.
Huh?
My last... Oh, I understand what you're saying now.
You throw your last dart.
This isn't my last start.
What?
I have one more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying you have
I
one
know.
more dart, but you can't.
I know.
Yeah.
I that's what I was saying. I
Yeah.
understand.
If you want to go ahead and roll
I
it to see how
do.
many you pop.
Very much so.
As you sort of calculate it, and you're like,
I have a proposal for you. If I roll a natural 20.
I'll say there's a chance.
Okay.
As you focus really.
It's not a natural 20.
But yeah, you like try and calculate. You're like, I can do this, and it just pops like half of them. As Urobos has 3 left, and Urobos is like,
Still popped 8 though.
Urobos throws it right in the center of the last 3. As you pop the 3 balloons, the Carney guy reaches up and rings a big bell. He's like, winner, winner! He gets down
Give me
the
the unicorn.
giant fluffy unicorn. He's like, here you go, buddy! Urobos has a giant fluffy unicorn.
Name shall be Pebble.
As you finish that, you hear the guy you hear a guy yell obscenities, and he's like, fuck ah, and comes stomping out one of the tents where you can see a glimpse of your 3 friends.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you can see Orladar and Pyra are like raking in gold to their side, and they're like, yeah, and they're both giggling. Would you two like to go join them at either one of the tents? Would you like to change tents around? Is there anything else? Any more games you want to play for another minute?
Are there
How do
any...
you play Koboker?
So Koboker is just a D&D poker. So you roll 3d6, and you're trying to get the best hand of the cards you get. So you're so in order of importance, there's 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind beats a high straight. A high straight beats a low straight. All evens beats all odds. Well, low straight beats all evens. All evens beats all odds. All odds beats 2 of a kind, and 2 of a kind beats high card, and high card beats nothing. Like high card beats.
No,
If there are no hands.
Koboker one more time.
Yeah, I'd like to play Koboker. Give me
Play Koboker.
the order again.
All right,
3
so
of a kind, high straight, low straight,
straight, low, straight,
all even, all odd.
odds, 2 of a kind, and then high card. If there's nothing else.
Okay, so 3d6 you said?
Yeah. So if you all make your way, your friends come out. Your friends come out of the tent, and you catch up to them. Urobos holding this giant fluffy unicorn.
Are there any more like classic carnival games?
No, these are no. They're
Then Zoria will go to the tent.
There were those two. I mean, there were a couple of other ones, but none that I have rules for. There are a couple of like super kiddie games, and then these two more adult games.
Zoria is not above this.
I know. But yeah, you all sort of step out, or you three step out of the Fool's Gambit tent, and then you usher your friends over to have a big friendly game of Koboker. There is one other guy playing who steps inside. So it is a 10 gold piece buy-in if you want. So so everybody go ahead and mark off 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Here, I'll put the pot over here. All right, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So it's going to start off with 60 gold pieces. I'll go... Okay. So, as you all are dealt your cards, go ahead and roll your 3d6. Don't look at the dice, Sophie.
I'm not. Three of a kind, high straight, low straight, all even, or all odds?
All evens beats all odds.
All evens,
and then all odds
all
beats
odds.
two of a kind.
Two of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start with Pyra. You start the betting. Start the first round of betting.
I actually fold. Right away.
All right.
What
All
are
right.
the rules for re-rolling?
So if you raise the bet, you can re-roll one of your dice.
What about sleight of hand?
Yes, if you would like to try and cheat, you can make a sleight of hand check against the dealer's perception check.
Wait, I can re-roll if I re-roll one dice.
Yes. So if you raise, if you put in a raise, then you can re-roll one of your dice.
Okay, I will raise then 5.
Okay. Okay, Zoria.
Fold.
All right, Zoria throws down her cards. Urobos.
Urobos will also fold.
Urobos throws down his cards. Timber.
Can I
Right.
re-roll that thing first?
Huh?
I just want to look now. Okay.
Yeah. So Timber, you're gonna try. So go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check real quick.
Yes, I rolled. It's gonna be a 19.
Okay.
The dealer seems oblivious. He's just he's sort of shuffling cards and everything, and seems oblivious. Go ahead and re-roll one of your dice. And now you can decide if you want to bet, or if you want to call the 5.
Call.
Yeah. So if you call, you get to re-roll.
Let's.
All right. So you can re-roll one of your dice.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Orladar.
I call the 5 and I raise it 10.
Okay, so you bring it back up to 80, or back up to 80, and then it's this one guy who's looking at his cards. He calls the 15, so to 95, and he raises 50 gold pieces as he takes out a pouch. 165.
So addicted to gambling. It's so bad.
So who's still in at this point? Pyra, Orladar. Timber, were you still in or did you fold?
I'm still in.
Wait, hold on. Did I account for that?
I'm here.
Yes.
I did.
Is Urobos playing?
I did say I account for that. Urobos folded for first time.
Yes, you did account for that because
Okay.
Timber called the 5.
Okay,
I
and then
raised the 10.
this guy chooses not to give up one of his cards. He keeps all 3. Back to you, Pyra. Do you call the 50?
I call and I keep all my cards.
You call and you keep?
Yes.
Okay, so it is up to 195 now. Timber? 50 gold
Nice.
piece.
Fold.
All right, Timber's out. Orladar.
Yeah, I call and I keep all my cards.
Okay.
I
It's
have a
up
really bad
to.
gambling problem going.
Hold on. 205, 225. 225 gold pieces. Pyra,
Uh-huh.
go ahead and what did you get? Reveal your cards.
I got 3 of a kind. All threes.
You got all threes. Orladar,
Yes.
reveal.
I got all 5s.
Son of a fuck.
This guy got all threes. Orladar, you win.
Son of a fuck, Carladar.
Okay, so let me go ahead
Yeah.
and find that's 0.8 times 225. Orladar, you win 180 gold pieces.
Dang.
Carladar, can I have my money back?
Maybe later.
Fucking
Oh
motherfucker.
shit! Oh shit!
I'll play you a Fool's Gambit later tonight.
Alright,
Try to
do you
win
want to
some
know
of it
what's
back.
really funny? I held these dice up to the camera and I forgot.
Oh
that
yeah,
my
you have your
camera's
camera off. I was just sort of letting you,
Well,
It's
my
sideways
camera's
again.
off because I'm
'Cause-
sideways.
because you're stuck sideways. Oh no, oh no, mom.
You'll get there. You're so close.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah. This guy rolled 3 threes first hand. That was
Son of a
insane.
bitch.
That's
I rolled 2 threes.
that's
and then
why-
I re-rolled it and got a 3.
Pyra, you said 3 threes and I was like, oh my god, if there's gonna be a 3-way tie, 3-way split.
Oh, son of a bitch, Orladar.
Oh my gosh. Wow. But
I could do this all
also
night, but we probably shouldn't.
yeah,
This-
just so you all know, I have these rules sort of typed up and set aside. If any of you would ever like to partake in downtime and play this game like with each other, I have the rules for you to do so.
I have
Sounds
cards,
good.
so I would always do that.
So,
This
just so you know.
this view of Orladar is very accurate to the amount of whiskey that he
Yeah.
has consumed
just-
while gambling.
Well, then this Orladar, go ahead and make a constitution check for me.
Start singing a fantastic song I learned from a pirate named Robert Shaw. I'm tired and I wanna go home. Boom.
What did you get?
Boom. 20.
Natural 20.
Not that you can see it.
You all can easily tell Orladar this is fake drunk Orladar. Orladar is like not feeling a thing, and he just wants to act drunk,
Just having a good
and
time.
he's just having a good time.
Orladar
Alright.
lives off whiskey. That's just like
It's
yeah,
true.
I don't think I've
It's
ever
just-
seen Orladar consume water.
nothing.
Now that I think about
Well,
it.
there's water in whiskey,
That does not count, Orladar.
and there's
All
water
right.
in coffee. Those are the two
Orladar,
things
that does not count.
Orladar drinks. Whatever.
Orladar.
I'm
Orladar. Orladar. All right. Oh, what am I doing?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
All right. So.
I'm so mad I didn't win.
So, as this celebration and festival continues to roar through the day into the late hours of the evening, the sun has now set. Torches and lanterns have kept the castle courtyard and capital city alight through the festivities. You all just finished this game of Koboker in this tent. The guy sort of like throws down his cards and he's like, oh, that was such a good hand, and he sort of like gives you all high fives and he's like, good games. I just fucked up. And he takes a walk out of the tent. You all begin to sort of gather your things, and you step out of the tent, and you see the festivities and celebrations still going on. Everybody just having a blast. And as you all step out of the tent, you're standing there trying to find the next thing you want to eat, the next drink you want to drink. You each begin to feel something.
Oh,
Just
no.
a faint tremble beneath your feet
Oh,
as one of you
no.
notice a tiny little pebble sort of like rippling and bouncing on the ground.
I look up in the sky.
Slowly, it begins to grow, and suddenly, a bolt of lightning crashes down in the middle of the street, and the tremble grows to an all-out earthquake. There are screams as everyone scrambles to try and find a safe place to stand, and the sky is suddenly filled with dark clouds out of nowhere. They're swirling around in erratic patterns, and just a strong wind begins to blow through the crowds. Looking up into the sky, like you said, Orladar, you see what appears to be splits and cracks opening in the sky, in the fabric of reality itself. Opening and closing spontaneously. Through them, you see that some other place. Sometimes you see the view of a dark gray sky full of clouds. Other times you see the rocky side of a mountain. Through another one that opens up before you, you see what looks like an overhead view of a herd of animals stampeding. Suddenly, further down the city street, you see another one of these cracks open in the air ahead of you all. This vertical split in reality, and on the other side, you see this barren wasteland with a dry, cracked ground, dead trees, and far in the background, you see what might look like some sort of settlement with tall buildings standing up, but it's kind of hard to make out and focus on because in the foreground, you see barreling towards you all this gargantuan beast with 4 muscular arms, gorilla-like arms, in addition to 2 thinner clawed feet at the back. Dark, thick fur down its back and chest, a maw filled with 2 rows of spiked, sharp teeth, with 2 long tusks protruding up from the mandible, and these 4 dark red, beady eyes as it is quickly approaching, and it lunges through this gaping open hole in the street, and it lands on the street. Its fist sinks down in the cobblestone and cracks the ground beneath it. It looks around and sniffs in the air and lets out this deep, billowing and there is just chaos everywhere. Everyone is running around as you see behind it this split in reality seem to close up.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end our session.
No.
That's where we're gonna pick things.
We just had a big
This
fight.
is like an anime that keeps escalating, and you're like, "Whoa, where did this come from?"
What? Okay, so something big just happened. We're gonna have some down. Oh. No.
Just so that you all are aware.
Is there a picture? Can we get a picture of this beast?
Oh my god, if my freaking... Oh, I'm gonna throw my controller.
You're gonna throw your controller?
Yeah. My mouse.
Would that be your mouse?
Anyway, if you all want to take a look at
wireless?
Roll20,
Oh, that's terrifying.
this is what you see now standing on Roll20.
Oh,
This is the creature.
I didn't like it.
This is the creature that you all see before you in the city street as pedestrians are panicked, screaming, running. There's chaos. The strong winds. The streets are alight only from the lanterns, and flames, keeping it alight for the festivities, and the sky is filled with these dark swirling clouds. Wind is blowing everywhere, sort of almost pushing you off your feet, and the ground is still trembling and shaking.
How many arms does this thing have?
6.
Okay. I'm having difficulty counting.
I said 4 gorilla-like arms and 2 thinner clawed feet at the
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I'm just looking at them and trying to...
Yeah, I know. I had a difficult time. I had a difficult time counting too from this picture. But anyway, we'll get into that next week. So
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
thank you all for joining us for this little bit of downtime. Just very little bit of downtime. Some fun carnival games. Some turned down propositions. Well, I should say some more turned down propositions to some, and yeah, we'll go ahead and see where this goes next week, and see what the Shield of the Coast can do. about this new development.
Yay!
Okay.
Also, I should keep in mind these sort of splits and tears up in the sky where you can see some other place, they are not slowing down. They are just like you just see, and they're just spontaneous opening and closing all
So,
around you.
Okay. That was my question. They're opening and closing.
And they're
all
still
over.
going.
Yes, and they're still going as this this one down on the ground opened up, and then this thing ran through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Zoria and Timber probably. With your passive perception, you would be able to notice on the other side of these rifts. It seems like whatever places on the other side of these rifts are experiencing the same thing.
Okay.
If anything, this thing looked like it was running away from something. Like it was running away from.
So it's probably really freaked out.
I just want to know my passive perception is 16 now.
Oh, okay, okay. Pyra, I'll say you noticed that too.
Thanks. I like to be included.
Yes. Yeah, I'll say the only two who didn't notice that specific thing is Urobos and Orladar.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my passive perception's only 13.
Yep. But anyway, so this was a fun little festival. Fun little festival downtime episode. Y'all got to do some talking. There's some emotional royalty stuff, and now there's a giant creature, and rifts opening all above your head that you all have to deal with. So,
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
But we'll pick it up there next week. Thank you everyone who joined us here live on Twitch and who are joining us over on the YouTube channel. We appreciate you all being here with us very, very much. We love you all, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.